All right, and welcome back to the Road to Dreamhack Austin. I'm still Brightside, joined by my co-host Mezzanot, and we're still here to guide you through losers finals here at the Road to Dreamhack Austin. This is going to be the last set of matches before Grands, and this decides who goes home and who gets their shot at getting the glory in Grand Finals of the Road to Dreamhack.
Yes, indeed, and we've got a quick rush pushing right up into mid. Angry Lego Man is there in response. Bert also behind the wall, but he's going to have to wait to be able to help.
I don't know if they know about the guy on site, and indeed they don't. Bert with big shots coming out to defend.
Retro Q definitely saw one. Unsure if he saw both coming through the door. Comes back, picks up the second there. That's both kills for a third. Oh, there's a retro on both sides. This is going to be so much fun.
Oh, great. Well, Exotic, a little bit hidden from the position. I don't think they fully expect him to come up from low. They have the info now, though, and as long as he can defend the take, and a great shot by Cryptic actually cuts his efforts short. Good stuff from Turtle Squad as they take game one in the best of three. Interesting map layout, by the way. We have Cobble as game one, and then I think from there we go towards Mirage, and then after that, Cache. So I think for the first time we're seeing Cobble as the first time these two teams are meeting.
Indeed, and it's been a little bit since we've been on Cobble. We did see this one earlier on. It's been a few games since we've gassed it.
It has been quite a while. However, the tournament meta is actually almost the complete opposite of what they chose for their first round. We've been seeing really aggressive T play towards the B site mostly, a lot of platform rushes and similar things of that nature, but instead they go for the rush on A. But it looks like a more traditional B push for this second round. Really good setup here and drop down by Angry Lego Man. Hoping to catch any T's that get a little bit too confident. But A is pretty much up for grabs. Bird is the only man left on site. We know he's competent, but 1v5s are no one's cup of tea. It looks like Exotic is the first man to push out on platform. He's got plenty of backup, but actually drop down is where the action's going to occur.
Angry Lego Man picks up one, now getting a second, trying to get up onto Retro. It's not happening just yet.
Yeah, rough stuff going on and drop down. Neither team really able to get a foothold, but Rapid Robbie falling is a lot of fragging power removed from my squad. It looks like they are heading towards A with only Bert to defend the site. Retro Q left to lurk.
He's hitting off interestingly on the side that's going to allow Micro potentially a cross angle if they pinch at the right time. But KMZ is moving up with his pistol. Bert looks around the half wall, gets one in MiceQ.
Good viewing angle there, helps him a lot with the trade. KMZ finds Cryptic as well in mid and is traded with Micro.
Cryptic playing a little bit aggressive there. He was trying to surf through the area. Ooh, a little duck down and then step up, but Retro still takes one in the noggin.
And it looks like these trades have ultimately favored Turtle Squad. Exotic, the last man standing, and quickly he is no longer standing at all. Bert puts him down, and that's 2-0. Turtle Squad winning. And while Miza's squad does actually have one bomb plan, it'd be a little risky to go for a buy, but it looks like Retro Q's feeling a little too confident. It looks like we're going to see some AKs supporting a little bit of utility. Full armor, of course. Keep in mind that without full armor, those M4s are going to one-shot headshot, and therefore they're just better AK-47s.
Interesting force buy, and then a throwaway from Micro. He had an extra grenade and threw it off the map.
It might have been a decoy to lure opponents off, but either way, a quick rush towards A's side, towards upper. Bird's going to be the man towards to stop this push.
Let's see what he can do, because they are going to come around the corner there in quick fashion. He's got a flash, he turns away from it. Now he's going to have multiple members come around. He gets one, but KMZ does take him down.
And now A's side is theirs for the taking. They do see the rotate through door, but KMZ with a dope spray on Angry Lego Man.
Micro on that little tiny alleyway, making it work. A little bit of vision he needed there, and now Bomb backing back out, working back towards the T-spawn.
Yeah, a lot of the CTs are kind of clustered towards mid. They're anticipating a rotate towards A, hence the heavy presence there, but Cryptic alone on the B site might get caught out by MizQ.
Exotic pushes it quickly. MiceQ is going to catch one. Now a second trying to come around the rock. Gets both Retro and Cryptic.
A little bit of team damage there helping him out. And now it's just Micro in the 1v3. He does manage to delay the bomb plant, but can't prevent it outright. So he's probably going to save this AK and hope Turtle Squad can buy up next round to help things out. So a good reversal from my squad. Not seeing the usual 3-0 after pistol. A lot of really aggressive force buys. I'm glad it worked out for him.
Very different change of pace. Glad to see him get a nice round in early, not see something go too long like they dealt with in their last game.
Yeah, both of these teams are not exactly renowned for being able to go the distance. We've seen both of them fall in OT matches. My Squad and Turtle Squad actually pretty similar teams, and I'm not just talking about the names. In this case, both the teams are pretty puggy in their reactions, not a whole lot of coordination, more relying on individual skill and aim duels. And, they've both gotten this far. This is the finals for the lower bracket, so whoever wins here is going to go on to grand finals, where they'll face it off against ASIO for that sweet, sweet prize of $1,500 in travel expenses and BYOC premium ticks for the whole squad.
Want it and gotta have it. That's gotta be the mindset if you're in this point of the game. So let's see if my squad can string together a second. So Micro does have the AK, but a lot of pistols coming around from the rest of Turtle Squad.
Now their movement definitely suggests a B-plat rush, but instead the conservative bomb position indicates that they're trying to keep their options open. Unfortunately, that spam is not going to hit anyone, but as they move towards drop-down, they may be able to catch Micro out of position. Oh, clever boost coming up.
Nice little boost up there, manages to get MySQ. Cryptic wins the battle there, so now they're not going to be able to push A. 4 members for Turtle Squad were on B site there, but now we do get a little bit of a rotate. Exotic comes peeking over the ledge, he gets one. Bert's still down there though. He goes back for it and picks up seconds. Retro Q trying, does take down Angry Lego Man. Just over that ledge.
Right through the smoke there. Retro Crew at only 10, and they can't take him down early. That position can be absolutely devastating. He checks Coop, wants to make sure that there's no one where they don't expect them. But Retro, hiding behind Rock, could be the wrench in their plans.
Here comes the flashbang over the top that hits Retro, but now he's able to come back around. Rapid Robbie and him exchanging blows. Rapid Robbie does get the kill and is going to get the bomb down.
Yeah, Cryptic going for the save here. 2 HP, and he's got the AK in his hands. Turtle Squad's economy not looking super good. They do have 4K on Bert. He's picked up plenty of kills, 4 and 3 so far for the KD. However, Cryptic had a measly 1,600, and Micro can't even claim that at 13. So the economy is definitely imbalanced for both of these teams. KMZ sitting at $0. Meanwhile, his teammate MySQ sitting at 3,250. So I'm interested to see how these imbalanced budgets are going to affect their buys in the upcoming rounds.
Cryptic trying to just remain hidden and completely away from everybody. I don't think anybody on Terra Squad's going to find him.
Yeah, he's completely across map. One of the interesting things about Cobblestone, wow, that was really close for RetroCube. 2 damage done to him. Must have been a little bit of a heart attack, but one of the weird things about Cobblestone is there's so many crevasses. There's also a porta potty that you can hide in, a giant like ivory tower with a ladder as the entrance. There's plenty of places to just go hide and preserve your weaponry. So saves are going to be a much more popular option on this map compared to something like Mirage or Dust 2, whose layout is completely memorized and very exploitable. And now we're seeing the effects of this imbalanced buy. Only a Mag 10 on KMZ and a Mag 7 on Micro.
It's the heavy push, though. We are going to have guns against guns. Everybody's coming for B. Numbers out. KMZ, the first one through. Micro picks Retro. KMZ does get Cryptic. Now looking for a second. Dies for their effort. Going down to Retro by the op. Retro looking for more. Finds a second. Angry Lego Man gets another. Exotic pin behind the box. He gets 2 in Micro and Retro. Looking for a third, but Angry Lego Man's going to put him down.
Yeah, a lot of damage towards Turtle Squad. It might be difficult for them to get a full buy. Might see a couple of FAMASas, maybe even a couple of UMP-12s into their hands, but they do get the round up, so 3-12. This is another map that can really be advantageous to the T side, depending on how audacious you plan to be with your rushes. B side provides a really good spot for you to still take some rounds if you're on eco, so more often than not, terrorists will wind up going 8-7 or 7-8, even score lines for them, and then from CT, it's all about just finishing out the round. So I think a lot of this has to do with both of these teams' T-side executions.
Heavy push. A lot of fire comes out, though. KMZ puts himself in a bad position, and Retro says, I've got the op snap. There's 2. He tries to make the third on the close point. Makes the no-scope there. Does get himself the 3-piece meal. Micro goes down a little spray from Exotic. Now they're working up around that little tower. Statue providing a little bit of cover, but now completely exposed. Bert and Angry Lego Man take him down in short order.
Yeah, Retro, this time the one on Turtle Squad, did so much work there with the AWP. Both of those picks off of Plat stopped the push, and even though they decided to continue on trying to take B site, that no-scope just sealed the deal. You can't trade 3 for 1 if you expect to win the round. So my squad again on eco. They are getting a lot of consolation money now. I think they're up to about 2,400 per round if they lose this one, and it only snowballs from there. So hopefully Turtle Squad can keep that monetary under control as long as they can keep their own budget in check.
Bert trying to grenade some spots early, but he's just not in the right place. There's one wide coming around on A. potentially a second, but right now, bomb 3 stacked up in that upper ledge where Micro's looking. Managed to smoke it off.
Showing a lot of hesitation here. That smoke really makes Micro think himself twice. But Burt with the pick on Exotic on A site.
Great shot, but Rapid Robbie picks one up with a Deagle spray.
Yeah, fantastic long-range ability on those Desert Eagles. We've seen squads all over this tournament using the Deagle to its maximum advantage, but Retro has one with a scope. Let's see how he uses it.
He tried to get something there. Micro picks up a double with a Colt. Cryptic and Burt add in a pair of their own.
And Turtle Squad is kind of just running away with the first half of this first half. 5-2 is not the scoreline you want to see if you hope to meet AZO in Grand Finals. So Turtle Squad manages to not lose too many of their own there. They kept the majority of their rifles, even kept an AK-47 in the hands of Burt, a viable support rifler who, more often than not, can pull through on the clutch. So let's see if my squad on this gun buy can finally get their foot in the door.
Both these teams looking for a second crack at AZO. Both their only losses were to AZO, obviously. My squad in the last round. Turtle, I believe, was in round 2 or round 3 of the upper bracket.
Yeah, AZO, unfortunately, was just swept through, didn't even have a game drop to either of these teams. But that's not to say that they, or actually, no, that's not true. My squad did, in fact, take a game off them, brought them to 3. And what a nail-biter of a match that was. Retro, however, proving his own prowess in mid.
Does a little bit in response. Of course, we did say Turtle go very deep in rounds, looking for Micro there. Rapid Robbie does manage to find him, but Angry Lego Man's in the back of the site. He's taken down 2. Exotic puts him down. It's a 1v1. Let's see if they can get the bomb plan off.
Both players here with their signature weapons. It's just a matter of who peeks first and whose sightline aims true. Retro playing this very patient, but Exotic matches him 1 for 1.
Doesn't have to force here, but Exotic, if he doesn't check the corner here.
He saw the shadow.
He did. That's very unfortunate. Gave him totally the advantage there. That's why he put the shot down, no scoping it.
In his defense, in the 1v1, you rarely think about the angle of the sun and how that can affect your angle of approach. But overall, fantastic example of positioning by Retro. The star offer we've seen on Turtle Squad already gone 9-4, top fragging in the server. Meanwhile, Mice's squad, almost every player has 4 kills, except for Exotic rocking 6-6 as a clean 1-1 KD.
6 is unfortunate because the one that matters is where they're down. 2-6 in rounds. They need to win some back here. Micro throws the explosive up. Gonna buy them a little bit of time before anything can happen. Cryptic sitting nice and close. He's got the smoke. He's gonna launch that now. Here's the rush. Let's see if Angry Lego Man can get the flame down in time. Looks like he gets it at the perfect time. Burns 1 in Exotic. MiceQ jumps out the window and takes him down. Burns looking the wrong way. Finally catches. Connects with MiceQ. 3v2 here, Retro, gonna peek, he's got low health, he throws the bomb away smartly before he does it. Oh, now he's gonna retreat and throws the bomb up higher. That's what he was doing.
Nice, very clever rotate maneuver. However, Retro Crew is pretty much trapped unless he wants to go through mid. I don't think he understands it fully, but if he goes through mid, he's pretty much got a clear shot right onto A's site, but he took too long, and now Cryptic and Retro on their way, and Burt picks up one of his own.
Retro v Retro. We'll try to peek that corner heavily. Nobody really wants it. And Cryptic, standing a little further back, says, "It's okay, buddy. I got you covered."
Yeah, good job peeking the wide angle there from Cryptic. He's definitely someone who's kind of shown his prowess at predicting enemy movement. One of the things I think people misappropriate with skill is they think, oh, you know, the tighter angle you can hold, the better of a player you are. You know, the faster reactions you have. But in reality, don't always hold the angle that's tightest. Hold the angle that's tightest that you can handle. And I think Cryptic is a great example of that. Yeah, he holds wide angles, but he gets the shots off. And that's why he's 5-4. And in losers finals of this tournament.
Big chance to move on here. That's what he's got to be looking for. Continually, a lot of incendiaries used very early in the game just to kind of set tone and set pace for you can or cannot go here. Micro throws the smoke this time instead of the incendiary. You see the molly come down. Micro forced to reposition a little bit. He does get flashed. He's going to come back around into the peak, and he takes down MiceQ. Retro picks off Rapid Robbie as they're trying to come around here onto the site. Retro steps around that statue and puts one down. Here, Lego Man just kind of spamming. Picks up 2 there through the smoke. Knew where they were, was told, and just says, all right, I'll put bullets on.
Retro is doing such a fantastic job of just dipping, ducking, and diving around that fountain, just trying to throw off the anticipations of my squad and their attacks on B platform. I mean, that's the, 3rd time that he's able to get at least a double kill by taking advantage of their apprehensive.
Indeed, so now Houlihan would be very happy with the The ceremony of five Ds of dodgeball he's trying to pull off there.
CSGO, dodgeball, all games are the same. So now we see MySQ, actually the only man situated towards B site. So they're switching up and heading A.
We see the smoke to stop the incendiary. Micro's got to run away. Oh, he takes one right in the ear. Fortunately, it didn't put him down, but he is sitting on 14 HP, but he continues to try and hold this angle.
Yeah, MySQ a little bit too confident with that placement there, and unfortunately that's going to cost him the life of an enemy. So now Micro is forced to retreat more towards B site, and it looks like this A is just there for the taking. Burt, the only man there, but what a man he is.
Plays great behind that smoke, sees just enough to know, hey, this is where I've got to fire, gets it down. He is down to 5 HP, though. The two members very low on HP. Let's see what they can do to continue this going.
I love the positioning here from Micro. Anyone from balcony is going to be checking your car, they're going to be checking your site, but they're not going to check on barrel, because I don't think they fully realize how much control CT has over the site now. It's been a lot of time, they've been able to get to rotate over, but the bomb is still in a neutral position. They're not committing to anything.
4 people all surrounding the bomb. Lego Man gets one nice, very nice pick. He's going to run into a spray of bullets there from Exotic. Burt picks up Retro, though. Now it's a 4-on-2.
Burt and Micro both one bullet away from getting taken out of commission, so it's just a matter of whether or not the bullet comes from him or them, and Burt gets him through the dome and through a car, it looks like.
A little bit of fire. Cryptic did take some damage there from MySQ. They've got the bomb. Can they get it
Micro by the barrel, they're not expecting this, and out he pops.
Not expecting the man at the back of sight, which is what he finds. Micro says, I like this spot, I just got a double here.
Fantastic use of movement, utilizing the barrels to kind of mix up his position. They expected him to be in that corner, but didn't expect him to peek out over the top and even shoot out over the arches. So fantastic positioning there from Micro, will secure them the round in 9-2. Things are looking very good if you're Turtle Squad. Miza Squad, same can't be said. So CZs for them, maybe going to be able to buy next round. They are going to have the full 3,400 for the consolation prize. But even then, they might be missing out on some utility, missing out on armor, maybe not helmets.
9-2 the score. Turtle Squad sitting very comfortably.
And Miza Squad making their way towards A. They're pretty much forsaking the idea of an A or a B push this time. I think Micro has basically scared them way off platform, so Burt still maintaining the upper, and instead they decide to go lower.
Yep, here they come rushing through, pushing right up mid. Angry Lego Man manages to get down 1, 2. He runs out of bullets, though, because of the silencer. Helps getting the assist, though, onto Rapid Robbie, and Micro cleans up with a triple-de-do of his own.
Fantastic spray from him, taking out KMZ from long range and the other 2 from very close. Fantastic control of his rifle. So now Turtle Squad sitting at 10-2 with a very stacked bank, almost 12K in the pocket for Retro. Uses it to buy the rest of his team plenty of toys for this upcoming round. If they can end this 13-2, this might be a very fast best of 3.
These rounds, I was going to say, these rounds are not going very long. They're actually burning through them quite quickly.
And we currently are on an 8-game win streak for Turtle Squad. My squad is really going to have to pull deep if they want a little bit of an advantage going into the next half.
We see a heavy rush coming out onto B. CT have stacked for it, but they do get a 1-for-1 trade at the moment. Retro goes down in KMZ's hand. He's taken down 2, looking for a third on Cryptic. Cryptic and Micro respond with a pair of their own.
And Micro's good positioning here, but Exotic might catch him out.
Exotic does manage to catch him out. Now it's a 2-on-1. KMZ and Exotic both have taken a little bit of damage, both in the 70s. Burt's sitting on full health. Throws with the flash. Manages to find KMZ's head just over the top of that. Now there's going to be a smoke. Let's see if he can work it perfection here. Exotic's poking forward. Oh, he's making.
Oh no, he didn't wait long enough.
He also didn't make a great smoke here, so he's got to win the fight here this way. Exotic comes back out, very aggressive considering he didn't have to force out there.
2 health. Balls of steel for Exotic as he guns him down and finally gets numbers on the board, breaking an 8-round win streak for Turtle Squad. 10-3. 10-5 is definitely a winnable score. It's not what you want playing T-side on Cobblestone, but it's way better than 12-3, so that's what they're gunning for now. But Turtle Squad is not forced to eco. That nest egg that they've been nursing for 8 rounds now is finally ready to be expended. Still got an op on Retro to command B site.
Like you said, go ahead and tap everything you've got. They've got the full buy. They're ready to compete. Retro doesn't have a helmet, though. Do have the AKs, so... There's a grenade. Should land right at MySQ's door. Only takes 41 damage, a little more than I thought originally. But Exotic is pushed up. Here comes the molly. It's going to force an Angry Lego Man to to step back. He only took 5 damage, fortunately.
Yeah, but they have all the info. I mean, that's so many guns pouring out. They know for a fact that they're going to try to commit. And through the smoke, Mice's squad's Retro falls.
Done by Lego Man there. Looks up a great angle, waits to set himself up. Now we see Micro in rotation here.
Rapid Robbie staying way back. He wants to make sure that Bert doesn't get the rotate on him, and Exotic joins in this quest to stop any kind of surprise. He might have spotted the legs of Bert as he goes through that side room.
He may have. I don't believe that they did because nobody's looking for it. Lego Man picks up one. Rapid Robbie ends up getting Bert as they, like I said, I don't think they saw the feet, then forced into the fight. Micro hiding back on the site. This is going to be a pure 3-on-3 here. Cryptic wins 1, takes down 2, and jumps out. Micro gets number 3 on Rapid Robbie, and that puts them down 11-3. Puts Turtle back in control.
That's super rough. Micro and Cryptic with that fantastic positioning near balcony. Not only is one above the other, so it's 2 targets that are a little bit more difficult to hit than 2 in a row or lined up, but also they have access to not only sight, but almost everything in front of it, including above and behind trucks. That kind of positioning basically gave them control over the entire site, despite the fact that they're 5 feet away from each other. So really good positioning on their part.
Couple of AKs to add to the power, and so we're going to have a little bit of a, what I would assume is a quick round. We've got all pistols and 1 AK, so likely just an eco force.
Could be trying something cheeky. We see the bomb headed towards B, but we've seen also quite a few fakes. KMZ right now positioned towards A, trying to lure out. But
there's a pair of kills. Yeah, but Rapid Robbie does drop. Retro Q picks up another one, though. And a 4th. It's down Cryptic there. Very big. Make it 4-11.
Bert could do this, though. I mean, we've seen his prowess in this cut situation. We know he's a player that Turtle Squad can definitely depend on, but taking B site back, I mean, we've seen how hard it is for Mice's squad to take it. You think Bert can take it on his own?
1v2, he's got a chance here. He's going to come around the left side here. I think force something out of Exotic. Bert's going to catch. There he does get the 1. Throws the molly to the far side. He's going to give himself a smoke, but once again, it's not quite where the bomb is.
He's going to force time in a kit, though.
Retro has to have gone through the flame if he'd have been able to get there. Retro Q makes a very nice shot, takes down Bert.
Just a few rounds ago, we had a very similar situation, but a fantastic half from Turtle Squad, 11-4. That's one of the most lopsided halves we've seen, but we've seen equally lopsided halves that wind up going the way of the losing team. So we're going to have to see if Mice's squad can call their way back out of this hole and secure game 1 in this best of 3.
Sitting on still just 2 players away from being ready, so hopefully we get that going back quick. Do want to let you know about our next giveaway. Again, all you need to be is an active viewer, so that means please stay tuned. Keep chatting in that Twitch chat to stay on that. We're giving away a Star Wars Destiny Awakening booster packs. The box contains 36 booster packs, each with 5 cars and 1 premium die. So just stay tuned, keep chatting, be a part of it. Who do you think's going to win? What are your predictions at this point? So Turtle Squad certainly making a good showing of why they deserve to be in Grand Finals and their shot back at ASIO.
It sure takes a lot of faith to be able to say that Mice's squad is definitely winning this game. After all, 11-4 is such an overwhelming scoreline, but with the amount of comebacks we've seen just today, not even including those we saw yesterday alone, you know, it's practically expected for them to somehow pull a miracle. It's like the Airbud of CSGO. They're going to find a way to make it work. They're going to sub out Exotic and bring in Airbud.
I mean, how bad is it that you're substituted in for a dog?
If it's Airbud.
I mean, it's Airbud, yeah, but who wants to be that kid that's like, yeah, little Timmy, we need you to sit out so that Airbud can play. And it's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, cool, you guys win, but dog is playing.
A golden retriever has taken my spot. And as they rush onto B side, pistol shots ring out.
Sir, I believe you missed that he is a golden receiver as Micro and Retro take down Rapid Robbie and MiceQ real quick. Retro Q's going to take one from Micro as he tries to jump to the window, and a second one's going to join, but KMZ is going to win that fight. Angry Lego Man's going to move into the high position and shoot down, taking it all down. Only 39 seconds for that round. We're at 12-4. This Turtle Squad likely sets themselves up to put this away quickly.
Fortunately, KMZ got his behind pinched like a secretary in the 60s, and they go up 12-4. But it was a very rough situation for them. That was far from clean. A super scrappy fight winds up not entirely working in their favor, and now neither of these teams have a stable economy. I mean, we're looking at single digits, actually 0 money on 5 players, split 3-2 across the teams.
Unsure if that bounce was intentional. I think that was a bounce gone wrong on that molly grenade.
It looked intentional. It looked cool.
Interesting play for sure. But 4 stacked here on B. Turtle Squad seem like they're going to eventually work the bomb towards A, especially if they can find this pick here on the Bird. Excuse me, on the KMZ. He did take a few rounds there, down to 71.
Now look at the rotation call. All 4 CTs are charging through mid, but they can't get there in time. Except the Ts look like they're actually outmaneuvering them.
Taking their time, a pair go back and forth. KMZ takes down Bert, but dies in response. Now we see the bomb coming back B. 2 members of my squad sitting here on A. Now they're finally rotating back around. Angry Lego Man thinks he's got one jumping through the window here. Loses the battle to Exotic. Rapid Robbie takes down Cryptic. Retro gets 1, 2. Looking for 3 on the right side. Now we're in a 1v1.
Exotic, unfortunately, only has a MAC-10 to his name. He does have that CZ, though. But Retro with that AK. Just 2 shots to Exotic's chest can put him out of misery.
All he'd need. Well, let's see how long they can survive out here.
Yeah, bomb isn't down yet. If he can just control that.
Exotic spotted him out and got some nice damage, down to 20% here, so he will get the bomb plant down. Exotic is walking in, taking his time.
Here's the thing. Retro needs 1 shot onto Exotic. Exotic needs 2 on the Retro, so he can trade, but Retro spots him out quick. And that's another round for Turtle Squad as they inch closer and closer to cinching Game 1.
He almost looked towards double doors for the transition between A and B, but fortunately stuck and positioned himself well so that he could cut off a few other angles and only watch where eventually he did come out. So, well done there.
Fantastic play from him. We see actually a lot of really good clutch players. We know Exotic on Nuke that we just saw in the last series, and MySQ both securing a 1v2 or a 1v3 clutch. I can't remember which was which. But then we also see Retro, Bird, and Micro, 3 fantastic fraggers who do great in high-stress situations. And KMZ doesn't know what he's getting himself into here.
We're getting an A rush. There's only 1 member on A, slightly behind it now, completely behind 4 members. Micro spamming with that MAC-10. He's about to have a second challenger, though. Bert comes around, works onto it. Turtle's quickly working through some members. They've got 3 down with my squad. Exotic falls to Angry Lego Man, and there goes Rapid Robbie.
Kills almost even across the board. Bird, however, steals the teammates away from Cryptic. 14-4. Things are looking rough for Mize's squad. They are definitely going to have to buy out here. They can't risk it going to tie point. They don't want to play OT. We've seen Mize's squad in the OT situation. We saw it yesterday, and we know that they do not do super well. When they went up against Azio, after 2 OTs, they just looked washed. So they want these games to last short.
Yeah, absolutely. Get it over quickly. And the good thing is, Cryptic, who we've seen absolutely go off and have some great moments, is only 8, 5, and 8 right now, and they don't need him to be it anymore.
Yeah. No, he's practically getting his frags taken away from him by the rest of the team. Right now, Retro doing a fantastic job with that AWP. 20 kills for him and 20 for Micro. This is the Micro we're used to seeing. This is who we saw yesterday and who we saw in our last set.
Bombs coming wide around on long A here. Only KMZ on A. That's how they continue to 4-stack. Leave KMZ alone, let him do what he does. Cryptic and MySQ get into a battle, and MySQ takes the winner of that.
Definitely didn't expect to see a CT just sitting in the window. Exotic, however, finds 2 and takes both down. Retro, however, busts back.
He's going to stall the bomb. KMZ is patient, looks back towards mid. Now he's seen the final player, so there's going to be the call out. Retro needs to stall and hide, gets 1 on Retro Q.
You know, Retro's positioning, he might just be able to do it if he plays his cards right.
KMZ
He just gets overrun.
Looking for the finish, and they got it, so that'll be 5-14 for my squad.
Alright, so definitely still a mountain to climb, but again, we've seen so many comebacks, it wouldn't even surprise me if they managed to claw their way to at least a decent-looking scoreline. But again, Retro and Micro doing so much work, undoubtedly the best players in the server. We've got 22 and 8 for Retro and 20 and 11 for Micro, doing such a good job defending that B site, and those rotates through mid, mwah, molto bene. Meanwhile, Exotic and KMZ, 13 kills apiece with much more deaths.
I think we're going to see another shot at an A rush here. You see 1 member splitting off. There's the rest pushing through mid here. Micro, Cryptic, and Bert quickly pushing up, but they're going to be met by KMZ. He's got the AK. Now he's looking on the wide side. He's going to smoke it off and come back mid. He gets Bert. There's bomb down. Retro fires through the smoke. Does take him down, but he did get a 2-for-1 on that. MySQ comes out of the smoke. He gets one, but dies instantly in retaliation. Your Lego man got a decent setup here. He's going to have a shot at multiple members.
Again, I don't think they know about the man on site.
I think
If they don't spot
Rapid Robbie
Exotic
hiding
quickly,
back there.
that's all they're doing.
Just sees the head. Pops it off. Retro goes down.
Wow. That angle held by Rapid Robbie just secured the entire round for them. I mean, they couldn't take much more punishment. If Exotic falls, that's one of the pillar of frags just yanked out from under them. But that insane angle by Rapid Robbie, perfect read on movement, that alone, I think, won them the round. So Turtle Squad stays at 14 on the cusp of victory, but not quite there yet. Until they can assure a tie, I don't think they can rest easy.
No, even then I wouldn't rest easy because we know how ties can go.
Into double overtime.
Exactly. Neither team with any margin of error really at this point.
So Retro without his AWP is pretty much helpless to this push. Instead we see him over on the B site without his weapon of choice.
Z watching, but nobody's home. I think we're going to get a big rush here after the grenades. Here they all come out.
Triple flash, very well executed, and Burt gets the first kill, capitalizing on such a flash.
Exotic gets spotted out hiding in the corner, but MySQ gets some help from Rapid Robbie and puts a few down. Micro finally puts down MySQ.
Now KMZ, the man left to lurk, is the only man left standing at all, and he is able to get the rotate out. If he comes through quickly, he might be able to catch him off guard.
Bomb got caught out, now he's got the bomb down.
Yeah, Micro just wasn't ready for that rotate.
Peeks aggressively and pops him through the head, through the tree.
A collat through Mother Nature herself. The 1v2 clutch definitely facilitated by only the CC75 being in favor of Turtle Squad. So a very successful eco. I mean, they took away a bunch of guns. Angry Logo Man isn't going to be able to have a full buy now. Neither is Micro, neither is Cryptic. Meanwhile, my squad, they got all the money in the world. Sure, they have to hook up a FAMAS, but other than that, all the money in the world.
They did spend a lot of it there, so if they do lose, it's going to be hard to... Need to get at least one to keep the economy going, to have even a shot here at a tie. Dancing around, we see Angry Lego Man just firing, spamming at that deagle at the doors.
MySQ going for a pretty clever rotate, but doesn't see anyone dropping down. I imagine the CTs are a little nervous. Usually they already have the information by now as to what site they're at least biased towards, but here they haven't even seen a terrorist.
Exotic puts some rounds down range, but finds nothing to claim home.
Interesting op angle held by Retro Q.
Super weird angle. But if you know where your teammates are, it can work for you.
Got his angles covered, that's for sure. My squad, I don't know how KMC got so low, but that could cost him later. I mean, that's, what, 1 CZ, maybe 2 CZ bullets away from death?
Burt definitely knows there's an op on site at B. He definitely heard the zooms. Cryptic gets one on KMZ. Now they're pushing in. Rapid Robbie's going to catch Burt not looking at his corners.
Fantastic patience from him. And Micro falls as well due to Retro Q's pistol play.
Micro didn't even get one thanks to the help from the teammate. But Angry Lego Man's got an AK. Puts down one.
Bomb is down, health is even. It's all a matter of who's best in these high-intensity situations. And Exotic, we know, has proven himself.
Angry Lego Man goes down by Exotic. Now he's pushing forward. He's trying to be maybe a little aggressive. They're together a little bit. Exotic exposes, but Rapid Robbie manages to put one through the wall and put him down.
Yeah, he was unable to disengage in time. He might have been able to jump down off of the platform, circle around truck, place some ring around the Rosie, at least stall. But now 14-18, and if I'm Turtle Squad, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous.
Ring around the Rosie can be fun.
As long as you're not the one getting bled.
Exactly.
And so we do see the op pickup by Retro, but we also see the op pickup by the other Retro. Of course, they are both oppers with the same name. And based on his prowess at defending B's side, I can't imagine Turtle Squad wanting to run head first into the op.
Conveniently both at the bottom, too. KMZ ran very aggressively down that long hallway and was able to get a kill for it. Able to collapse, pick up a second in Cryptic. Finds Micro for 3.
Finally taken down, but that's 3 kills with the long-range M4 headshots. We've seen him do it before. That's basically what he specializes in. It's a fantastic play from him. So MySQ is looking pretty lost right now. While they do have the man advantage, they don't actually have location known on the bomb. The only thing that they do know is someone's in drop down, and no way is he going to peek that.
There's no rush right now, though. We can make this 9-14. We're suddenly talking about a very different game than what we were talking 5 rounds ago.
Exotic's angle could be huge here. Very patient. Very patient.
Picks up the double because of it. Very well done.
Fantastic. That's the difference between the good and the bad players. Let's be honest. If I was playing, you bet I'd just aim for the first guy's legs, miss every shot, and then die. But players like these, there's a reason they're here.
You're not alone on that. I definitely would have shot, completely missed. In fact, you took the words right out of my mouth.
So Turtle Squad does manage to scrounge up a pretty competitive buy, lacking a little bit on utility for Micro, but he's known more for his fragging than his utility. But my squad, they've got every tool in the world and all the time to use it.
Looks like we're going to get a B-rush, finally. A lot of grenades, preventing people from moving in certain directions that they'd like to. Ice Cube had a great shot on seeing a lot. Cryptic catches one, comes around the statue, gets a second. There's 2 more on the site for CTs.
Fast bomb flank. Can Retro Q stop it in time?
No, he cannot. He also had the op, so he's point blank, dangerous place to be. Retro Q does find Angry Man. KMZ gets down Retro. Micro and Cryptic find 2 of their own. KMZ gets a kill. Now it's KMZ versus Bert.
He has the information. A little bit more ring around the rosy. Talking about exploiting the fountain. Both of these players are good at it, but KMZ's more experienced.
Bert around the backside, I believe.
Oh, he spotted the gun barrel.
Yes, he did. Very
rough stuff. Luckily, he does have the kit there. It almost made me a little bit scared when you reached for that op and that music started playing. But he does get the bomb defused, and now KMZ keeping his team alive.
Very big, important play. We do have enough money for a full buy, and it looks like that's what we're getting from Turtle Squad. 2 members already purchased. We do get another op back onto Retro Q for my squad.
Yeah, they started getting max constellation money last round, and since they didn't completely buy out, they are able to afford AKs and a good chunky utility. Lots of helmets, so no one-shot headshots from my squad, aside, of course, from Retro with the op. And now it's just a matter of how long can they delay the push, and the bomb is already headed towards B, and they're on plat, wasting no time.
No time at all as they're starting to push out, but Rapid Robbie's getting some rounds into multiple people. Help from Exotic, make sure they put down 2. 2 members still there, pushed up heavily. Bomb is thrown back. Exotic has to jump forward through the smoke, and Bert takes him down, through the flame.
That's good that Bert was able to even out the man advantage even just a little bit, but 3v4 is tough. T's have the advantage of kind of choosing where the bomb goes and where the engagement takes place, but they know for a fact that the rotate to A would probably meet them with a lurker, and indeed it would, as KMZ circles around for a flank. Nice Q, taking his place on A site. On a balcony position, though, very deep. If they do decide to rotate, that's likely an angle that they might forget to check.
Your Lego Man splatters KMZ right between the eyes.
So now we do, in fact, have an even man size. Mize Q taking a page out of the enemy's book and hitting for those barrels. He saw how effective it was for KMZ, how effective it was for Micro as well.
Your Lego Man's about to step around the corner. I thought that was I thought that was an enemy stepping around there. I was ready for some excitement to pop off. It's like, why aren't you shooting? Retro and Rappa.
Wow.
Robbie take down 3 total.
Rabble-rousing Rabid Robbie.
Rifles.
Down 2 on the site. It's now 14-11. I mean, how can this is a little bit of a chokesy, ain't? I mean, how many rounds has it been? Yeah, 7 rounds in a row now. They've got max consolation money, but they do have to eco now, so that's probably going to be a 14-12 scoreline unless they pull off some kind of miracle. It's like they keep just trying the B-plat rush over and over and over again. Sure, they'll wait 5 seconds, they'll wait 50 seconds. It doesn't matter. If Retro's got his op, you're not taking B. So they decide to head for A, and they might just completely pass by KMZ and get onto site scot-free.
They're going to walk it. Important thing here. They're making no noise. Not rushing in here with these deagles. They do have a shot here.
Yeah, rotate's called, though. Retro is on his way. He's just in time to watch the angle from door.
KMZ not pushing through too aggressively, but finally some shots ring out, and now everybody knows what's going on. Retro Q finds one with that op. Ice Q's got a shot with his M4, but isn't able to take anybody down. Micro works around back, takes down 2 with his deagle. Finds a third one peeking.
Crazy deagle play from all these players, lined up Napoleonic Warfare style. Retro, about to peek.
Retro peek maybe a little early, gets spotted out because of it. Micro finds one in Exotic, looking for the second. Does find Rapid Robbie and
Micro with
puts
the
it down.
Deagle only ace. Probably one of the most impressive 5 sprees we've seen so far in this tournament. Not only does that secure a huge ego boost, it puts him at 15-11. This is match point.
What an eco
Insane
round.
play.
What an absolutely crazy eco round.
I told you, unless they pull off a miracle, and indeed a miracle was pulled off. 14-11, match point for Turtle Squad to secure Game 1 in their berth for the Grand Finals. Again, they head towards long. A lot more even of a spread here. They don't want to take any chances. They know they have the economic advantage, want to keep those sight lines long.
Dancing around from everybody, some posturing up, but nobody really pushing any aggressive lines at the moment.
Yeah, they have the bomb stationed way far back, including a man guarding it. They definitely don't want to get caught out. Maybe they're just trying to test the patience of my squad.
Nice cute chilling in this window, dancing around. Finally, we switch off to KMZ.
Did he
He's
spot
backing
Retro
away.
there?
May have.
Yeah.
He's
He
got
does,
that mag, so not a whole lot he's going to accomplish.
Might think he had the op, so he definitely doesn't want to take that repeak. It is the M4, but that long-range skill we've seen from Retro numerous times, it might as well be an op on full auto. All sense of securities is lured out. Maybe Retro takes a look behind him.
He is pushing out now. MySQ ready to help out. They've got 3 on B site. Still no commitment to bomb. 43 seconds remaining. They're going to have to make a decision eventually.
Yeah, very little utility left for CT. They're really just going to have to rely on their guns to win them this round.
Here come Cryptic and Angry Lego. Push out a little bit. Oh, fire damage. Now can finally push out. Just gave away the important information, but beats Rapid Robbie in the exchange. And somebody exposes mid, but wow, they win. There was the op from Retro, but he did not manage to land the tag. Exotic takes down 2.
Yeah, but look at the Mag 7 and KMZ. That's not going to help him out too much. They're going to spot him if he tries to rotate through balcony. If he tries to come through lower, well, he might as well have no gun at all.
You get to plan on to A. Here on the back of site, though. The Slag 7 gets 1 kill.
Damn, the hand cannon takes him down with 1 shot. Now it's just Exotic, and he gets popped by Burt from below. Fantastic positioning in the crossfire, and that's 16-11. Turtle Squad taking Game 1 in best of 3 losers finals.
Absolutely a difficult gun to shoot. Ever shot one in real life, Bright?
A Desert Eagle?
Yes, sir.
I saw one at a pawn shop once. It was bright gold. Does that count?
Not quite, but that thing will darn near rip your hand off. I got to fire one last year in Vegas.
That is exactly where you would be firing a Desert Eagle.
Oh, absolutely. I fired a multitude of guns.
Well, I can hardly wait to see this next game, but until we get all our players loaded in, we won't bore you with the sad stuff. Until Game 2, this is Brightside.
And this is Mez.
And stay tuned for more CSGO.
Make the ground shake.
Used to think I was someone special till you knew my name. Open the doors to invade my castle. Don't you feel it strange? I'm going out on a limb where the clouds start to thin. Wearing my heart like a stupid grin. Out on a limb.
Hello and welcome back to Game 2 of Losers Finals on the road to Dreamhack Austin. Two teams have fought their way through the lower bracket in order to arrive here at the final, penultimate game of this entire tournament, and this decides who will go against Izion Gaming in Grand Finals for their shot at 5 BYOC Premium tickets and $1,500 in travel expenses.
To confirm on that, we actually are only here on the second map, so if Turtle Squad wins, they will move on. My squad will have to win 2 in a row. Ooh, some nasty knife work coming out there from Micro.
Yeah, both of these teams have had the ability to read each other a little bit on overpass, adapt to each other's puggy and individual-based styles, and now it's just a matter of how their teamwork can blast them forward onto Mirage. Now, I do believe that this is my squad's individual map pick, which we did see yesterday in one of their series. I believe they did pretty darn well, too. But it's all a matter of whether or not they can take it over an opponent that they've never gone against before on this map, that being Turtle Squad, who also has proven their worth on this map multiple times in the tournament.
I'm trying to find their score lines from earlier. Definitely very comfortable against everybody except AZO, who they obviously lost to earlier.
Yeah, but they did not go down without a fight. AZO has had to fight for every game that they've won in the upper bracket, and while they have secured their berth in Grand Finals, both of these teams are searching to do the same. Bez, tell me a little bit about the players here. Who do you want to watch the most in this game?
I'm expecting Cryptic to have a big game. Really quiet last game. Didn't have a whole lot going on yet. The team did very well despite it. But if they're going to win quickly, I think it would be a Cryptic.
Cryptic might have been charging his reserves during the last game on Cobblestone and is ready to let it all out. But in terms of Turtle Squad's players, one of the most interesting has got to be Bert. Now, Bert has not been putting up a massive amount of frags all game, but something to note is he has won every single 1v2 clutch that he's been in that I can recall, and overall just does an amazing job as a lurker or just as a defensive rifler. He seems to be able to entry, support rifle. He seems to be able to do it all. He can do it all well. So I'm curious to see how he's going to adapt to Mirage, where that kind of map knowledge and map exploitation matters so much. So now we're getting started. Turtle Squad on CT side. Definitely the favorable map position for them. A lot of long sight lines and economic advantage can lead to sites being pretty much just completely locked down. But we'll see if my squad's individual skill can overpower that deficit.
You get 4 armors. There is the 5th now. And all 5 armors on the other side. So no utility from either side. We're just going to shoot everything out here. And there's going to be a quick push from my squad. They're headed for mid. One does go towards B through apartments.
Yeah, they do have the bomb position towards B site. Micro and Bert unable to help too much if they decide to burst in on the scene. But actually, it looks like they're headed more towards mid. Exotic is the only man headed towards apartments.
I think they were expecting a rush. Now they're a little bit surprised. Ooh, careful. KMZ fortunately did not take a shot from his own teammate there. This kid was looking right down the barrel.
Yeah, they're over on connector now, and it's trying to get shot through, but Angry Lego Man finds his own kill. And Retro and
all
Cryptic
find kills. Bert adds in 1. Exotic does find a return onto Cryptic, but now it's 1v4. Metro misses with the first few shots. Was that a burst fire?
That was indeed a burst fire from the Glock. A rare sight indeed, and even rarer seeing it kill.
Nastily done by Exotic.
Yeah, if any player can win this, Exotic can. I mean, his pistols have been insane all tournament long, but even this is a tall order for him.
Exotic has an idea of where Micro is. Had a chance to get the bomb, but couldn't quite get there. Picks Bird out of the deal.
Now a 1v2, a 1v5 pistol ace? Are you kidding me? He's already got 3 under his belt.
Manages to make
no
the turn.
way.
What
No,
a
he
play.
can't do this.
This bomb is huge. Bomb plan is huge no matter what.
Yeah, no, there's a
The
timer
win
on Micro.
epic.
But this is one of the best fraggers that Turtle Squad has to offer. The 1v1 for round 1 in game 2.
Standing all alone, dancing to the right, trying to find Micro. Oh, Micro just manages to squeeze away through the door of reasonable doubt and picks up the big round win here at the start of the second map.
That was insane. The team ace on Turtle Squad versus the 4K on Mize proves that teamwork really does make the dream work on the road to Dreamhack. And so Turtle Squad is going to pick up that initial advantage early in the round. It's important to note that Turtle Squad did win Game 1 against Mize's squad on Cobblestone, so if they win this, they're headed straight to Grand Finals up against AZO Esports.
I see what you did there. I liked it.
Thanks. So we see a pretty quick rotate towards mid. Maybe just looking to use those range advantage to their, to their prowess.
Nice shot. Exotic manages to pick Angry Lego Man and not kill his teammate. May have put some rounds into Rapid Robbie, though. Exotic shooting for Cat, but nothing approaching those smokes.
Yeah. Clever boost up here in the sniper's nest. This may catch them off guard if they decide to go on A site.
Cryptic's pushed up on Cat. Hasn't exposed yet. Exotic's retreating around.
Micro's positioning is clever here. He may be able to catch Rapid Robbie out of position.
Bomb is fairly committed, which is weird that MySQ and Exotic are backing out. Rapid Robbie does go down.
Great
KMZ
flash
takes down
there.
Bert, pushing into A. It's going to be a 2-on-1, eventually a 3-on-1 as Exotic comes around here. That's Micro retreating to the CT, hiding behind the box.
Yeah, good positioning there near ticket, but it's not enough, and he falls through the smoke.
Spray.
MySQ, really good positioning here. Cryptic isn't expecting this.
Looking down the angle, though, certainly treated it like he knew.
So now it looks like yet another 1 eco. Retro, the last hope Turtle Squad has to maintain their lead.
Retro gets one, but dies immediately after.
Yeah, Crossfire too strong. He does take down one, but even then it was a 3-man Crossfire. You can't get out of that alive unless you're a superhuman. You know, like doing a 1v5 pistol ace. So my squad will pick that up and gain the economic lead, and now Turtle Squad looking in shambles. Doesn't buy a single thing, except for a little bit of armor. Oh, they are opting for some upgraded pistols. Maybe they can win an eco of their own. So they head towards mid, trying to use that elongated weaponry, again, to their advantage.
But there's an awkward push, and here is KMZ. He hears all of the noise happening that's A ramp.
Most likely giving the call to go B, and indeed they do, but the
Great
site isn't
for the
completely
flame there. Slows everything down. KMZ picks up 2, chilling around in T-spawn. Rapid Robbie picks up another. They're going to get bomb planted in B with ease. Retro is coming around. There goes Retro.
Again, that skill with the Deagle. So many of these players, due to the hitbox updates that took place a little bit more than a year ago, that plus the fabulous 128 tick servers offered by Civo, the best company for all of your pugging needs, are what these guys are playing on, hence probably why they're using the Deagle so much. I guarantee you if this was 64 tick, they'd be a little bit more hesitant. But on Civo, the servers are perfect and are exactly what they need for this competitive edge.
What's the difference?
Oh, between 64 and 128 tick?
Yeah, absolutely.
So 64 tick servers only check for things like movement, hit scan weaponry, only 64 times a second. Meanwhile, Civo offers it 128. That's twice as much. And what that means is there's not going to be as many hit reg issues. All movement's going to be smoother. And lots of other goodies, just even more consistent aiming and mouse patterns. All this is available through plenty of plugging sites, but Civo, I think, is the only one that you can access for free. So be sure to take advantage of that awesome offer for more pugs and to get your team in high gear.
Angry Lego Man's hiding here in the corner. He's able to get one. He's pretty well pinned in, and now they're just forcing in there. MySQ ends up picking up the kill. Micro's still alive, however.
Interestingly enough, in a weird way, he actually has control of the bomb. He has a little bit of a crossfire setup.
Everybody rotated out, but Rapid Robbie finds him, spots him out, puts him down.
And defending the site from Catwalk, there's a little bit of a risky position. They did go hunting for the man in the ladder. Would have worked out in their favor. So finally, Turtle Squad gets their hands on some real weaponry, including that op in the hands of Retro, likely going towards mid. Actually, a double op setup, one in the hands of Cryptic, most likely going to A's site as the rotate from Sniper's Nest to A is just a couple of seconds.
Well, yeah, appreciate you answering. I actually didn't know about different tick rates, so.
Yeah, no, it's a huge aspect of the game. Whenever you see pros playing, they're always on 128 servers, never 64.
There's a
Look
reason
at all
I
those
play.
flashes.
There's a reason I play 144 hertz.
Similar concept, actually.
Cryptic the wrong way. Just drops it down with the flick and catches one in the head. Suddenly realizes there's people all around him.
He's in a rough spot.
Works left
Whoa.
side, finds another. And bang again.
Cryptic just dissecting the offensive from the terrorists. Right now, KMZ is the only one left alive, and there's no way he can wallbang through those thick bricks. And so Burt gets this easy defuse even without a kit.
Very unfortunate there for my squad, but very great thing for Turtle Squad.
Yeah, KMZ will be able to keep his rifle, but they have oodles of cash. 5,800 is the lowest amount on Retro Q, and he immediately drops it all on an op. Or, excuse me, an AK-47 rather, and so he's got full armor, full utility, and now this is looking like a real gun round. I don't think either of these teams could be more stocked up.
Double op versus no op. So let's see what we can have as far as separation goes.
Yeah, Retro Q and KMZ both proving themselves vital with the scoped weapon.
Cryptic's going to find himself a lot of people. Puts one down, rushing through apartments. Push down a second, he retreats around, finds a third. Looking for mighty number 4. Retro tries to help out from Market, but he doesn't find home. It comes around Burt and Retro with the kills. Cryptic did drop there, but he did get a triple kill before he went down.
Yeah, died 3 kills too late. Cryptic has made it very clear, if I have an op and you come B, you will die. Maybe not you, but at least 3 of your teammates will.
That was
Fantastic
really impressive.
play control.
He dissected that 4-man unit. He took the front out, didn't get a chance because he was reloading on the second, but took out the third, and they had no idea in what order to deal with it.
Something that's worth noting, though, is my squad is doing a really good job of, even if the front man gets taken out, they don't break momentum. They continue to charge forward. Obviously, it isn't working out for them too much in these gun rounds, but in ecos, that can mean the difference between 1 dead or 5.
Important for sure. You know, not enough people understand when you call for a rush, when you go for it, when you're really committing, don't stop. If you stop and shoot, you're going to slow down, and Retro makes a nice pick as they try to transition onto the catwalk, and now they've got to separate quickly.
Yeah, that was a great flick right before the smoke bloomed. The bomb is positioned towards A, but Micro's in a great stance to stop it in its tracks.
Micro finds a kill onto Retro Q. KMZ works out onto A, gets one, but falls down, and there's the bomb down.
Yeah, it was a great spray transfer attempt, but just didn't go through with that kind of range. Now this round's pretty much over.
Makes some noise, and now they know he's in the window.
Yeah, at only 2%. I mean, tickle his toesies, and he'd fall on Exotic, gets his toesies tickled harder than ever. Drops from 100 to 0.
About to come around the corner and eat some bullets, and sure enough, MiceQ right there, holding the line, puts him down.
And Turtle Squad maintaining that lead. After they won the pistol round, I was for sure that they would go up 3-0, but then after that reverse eco, they've gotten their 3 rounds in a row anyway. Great stuff from them. It's worth noting, though, the economy situation's super imbalanced for Mize. Mize himself has already picked up the AK, but Retro Q is unable to afford so much as an AK-47, so mostly Deegs and a CZ on Retro Q.
That's going to stop this rush right here. They're actually going to try and push right through it. Says, we'll take the damage.
Oh my god, look where the bomb went. It couldn't have gone in a worse spot.
To be honest, I don't know that I like this. I mean, this is my squad completely giving up on a round. I understand it's an eco round, but they had 2 people just completely run through the flame and die. But at least a shot would have been worth, you know, especially with the bomb in front.
Yeah, they did get 1 kill, but honestly, Turtle Squad has so much cash saved up, it's not even worth it. They've been dying so little this round, 4 or 5 across the board. Meanwhile, my squad, 6 or 7 is the average. So they finally get their hands on an op. MiceQ, however, looks like he's only got a deagle to his name. Very imbalanced purchase. With an op finally in the hands of KMZ, maybe he can work his way towards the site with a little bit more safety, or by taking mid-control.
We see 3 members of my squad pushing up mid. Burt finds Retro hiding under the underpass.
Fantastic movement read.
Now we see the other 3 members push up into high mid, working their way down. Burt's in connector. So if somebody exposes, they're going to find it go horribly wrong for them.
Smoke out of Sniper's Nest makes it more and more difficult to retake mid.
Burt's seen out there by Rapid
What?
just under the smoke. There was just enough there to offer a little bit of light differential.
I need to put my glasses on. These guys are too next level.
MiceQ looking for a tight angle, but he doesn't want to shoot out that window and let everybody know he's there yet.
Cryptic using a little bit of a jump technique, trying to expose himself as little as possible while gaining as much info as possible. And he's probably calling the rotate towards A right now.
Retro finds Exotic coming out of Palace. Sees 1 on the stairs, finds him, looks down, finds another. Tic-tac-toe, that's 3 in a row.
Retro dismantling the offensive here. He's going so hard. 10-4 is the scoreline on round 8. MiceQ probably feeling a little bit underwhelmed with his own op play after that one.
See if he can find anything here. Doesn't have the bomb. He's got 28 seconds. Likely just trying to survive. Micro, if only he would turn around. or Retro. Nobody seems to want to find him as he's sifting through connector now.
Yeah, strange position. That's
And
really not
Lego
where
Man
you want to
has the
save.
chance here. If he turns right. Oh, MySQ misses.
Oh,
the shot
MySQ.
from the op. Finds one kill out of it, though, in Retro. Comes over the top of the stairs,
Whoa.
finds a second shot through the wall. Can he find 3? Yes, he can.
Oh my god, MySQ showing Retro, you are not the only opper in the server, young man. And he keeps the op for his trouble. Does lose the round, does a lot of damage, but 13,300 for Bert means that his whole team is awash in cash, and Cryptic decides he wants to get in on the action too. Double op setup for the CTs on round 10.
Both these oppers need to take a shower because they are absolutely filthy.
Just the battle for mid control alone is so exciting. We don't even need to look at the rest of the map.
A lot of fire coming out here, ramp.
Close.
Everybody wants to play very aggressive on ramp right now. Retro takes a shot into the smoke, almost had Exotic there.
Get smoked
Retro
out of the snow.
forcing out, caught with grenades out.
Whoa.
Micro and Bert both go down to the CZ-75. Exotic's gonna catch Angry Lego Man coming around a corner. Now looking for another, but Cryptic says no. I am not gonna go quietly into that gentle goodnight.
Unfortunately, Retro.
Retro says yes, you will.
And that was a non-stop action round there from my squad. That's the kind of aggressiveness that we're used to seeing from them. And usually we see it on more individual bias maps. We saw it on Cash. We saw it a little bit on Cobblestone. We saw shades of it at least. And that's the kind of skill and confidence they need if they want to overtake Turtle Squad. So now my squad themselves opting for the double op setup. MySQ and KMZ both trying to show what they can do with the scope rifle. Meanwhile, Retro, the only long-range fighter on his own squad. And so the battle for mid begins.
6-4 rounds. Retro makes a pick. Micro also takes down Retro Q. He got Bert to start the round. Dancing around there to get seen, but doesn't take a bullet until the very end from Exotic.
Yeah, that's rough. That always feels bad getting shot through the smoke by a spray. But now double ops in the 3v3. That's not what you want.
Exotic playing a dangerous game, making a lot of noise. But Retro hasn't peeked around. Does finally peek and picks KMZ for all his troubles.
Yeah, crazy maneuver there. Really taking advantage of the smoke's kind of less opaque edges there. That's what separates the good and the bad oppers, you know? And MySQ, he's still got a little bit more to learn if Retro has anything to teach. Now, very quiet on the western front as they hope to secure a site, just trying to avoid any kind of rotate. Bomb near connectors, so they do have options, but it's just Mize and Exotic. 2 men versus the world.
Western front was certainly where you would want to be.
Actually, more of the Middle Eastern front, I guess. Or maybe Africa? No, that's Arabic, right?
Well, in that particular case, we're talking World War I, World War II. So.
Did they have ops in World War One?
No. You're talking a Springfield 1903, a Car 98, a Mouse in the Gauss.
Yield and rifle.
They're of choice, bolt action. Exotic
well,
working
that
in
right
the site here. They allow them to take it. 1 CT, 1 Palace.
Whoa.
Palace is going to come out and get the free kill on Bomb Planner. Taking his time, though.
There.
Oh, beautiful play by Exotic. Puts him around the corner. And MySQ walks right into his
Whoa.
Retro. Says, eat 1 singular bullet.
Got ESP predicting that movement onto the stairs. Could have been great communication, or could just be something beyond our comprehension. Fantastic counterplay within Turtle Squad. Brings them up to 7-4. Cementing that 3-round lead they established 5 rounds prior. Alright, so I know it isn't at the half yet, and usually we save this kind of thing for then. Give me your estimations. What do you think it's going to be?
My squad's going to have one hell of a season round, is all I have to say.
I think if Turtle Squad manages to get 10 rounds, I think it's all over. I think that's just too far gone. And Retro makes sure they get closer and closer to that golden number.
I would agree with you on that one. The sniper is picked up there. Over sitting on the bomb.
Burden connector may pose a thorn in the side.
Retro opens window again. He may have a shot. Retro Q pushing up. He finds both Micro and Retro. He's blind now. Bert sitting in connector gets taken down by Rapid Robbie.
What turned into a great position turned out to be nothing more than just target practice for the op.
Bomb's going to be swung around T-spawn. Coming up A ramp now. Cryptic still holding on the side in market. think Angry Lego Face is gonna hear some noise here. Let's keep pushing forward. Angry Lego Face has gone CT. Hiding in the smoke, very close to Retro Q. Retro Q takes him down.
A little bit of a spasms been at the end there, but Cryptic in the long range situation, that op comes in handy. But 11 HP.
Spotted out, he's gonna run.
100.
He just wants to run and stay alive.
I just wanna run it away. I don't actually know what song that's from. I just know that one lyric. But from that alone, I know I'd love the song. So Cryptic is gonna keep himself alive, but most likely he's in a spot that can't be wall banged, at least not easily. Unless Retro Q gets the angle here, and indeed he does, but Cryptic gets it first.
There's a lot of potentials for Runaway. You've got Runaway by Linkin Park. You've got Janie's Got a Gun.
Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi. She's a little runaway.
Yeah.
That's my Bon Jovi impression. What
Hey,
else?
I like it.
It was a 1975 song, maybe?
But yeah, don't forget Run Away from the Pain.
Oh, well, that's adding more words. That's cheating.
Well, I mean, if you're putting for where it's at.
Look at this buyout from Turtle Squad. 5 men, 5 leagues, and 1 dream.
They've had one successful round out of it, but they pushed weirdly into mid where they're going to find no way they're going to have to retake A. Retro Q takes down 2 before Bert puts him down. KMZ firing in response.
Ooh.
KMZ finds his own double.
Wonder how he hit him in order to get him at 8 HP. So now KMZ looking very low. Micro the only man left alive, and there's not really any reason to... But if he can take down even KMZBN, that's a little bit more economic damage, but Exotic is waiting for the rotate with a deagle of his own.
Exotic finds it. We're at 7-6, and suddenly my squad looking very much back in this game.
Showed him how you dig. So now Turtle Squad got a little bit of money saved up, but not enough for a full buy plus utility. But it does look like they're going to force it up. So they do have CZs, maybe a couple more upgraded pistols, including the Degon Micro. Meanwhile, my squad's sitting pretty as can be, opting not for the double op setup, which is a little interesting. Maybe they're reading the ecos and realize that an op and an AK really aren't too different.
Well, and they've done well enough here to set themselves up winning, securing that last round. They can't be taken to 10 by Turtle in this first half, so that's nice by them. Managed to get 2 frags, and now they're looking to tie this game up at 7-7.
Whoa, crazy shot from Micro.
Great work from Bert and Micro as they work up through Connector together, and Cryptic comes around the flank, and suddenly what was very promising is extinguished.
And Turtle Squad wins the round. And you know what? I said 10-5. It's definitely in Turtle Squad's favor. 9-6 is a good half. If they get that, I still think that they have a decent shot at finding their way against Azion in Grand Finals. Or AZO. Right, so they do finally get the op in the hands. A double op setup as well. 1 in Micro, 1 in Retro's palms. Against just AKs on my squad. Again, they won so many rounds in a row, but that doesn't mean that their economic situation is foolproof.
Look at this push. Bert has worked into underpass. Retro's trying to work that window, but there's a smoke in it. So that's going to allow 2 members to push up mid. Ice Cube finds Micro.
Oh,
Retro
the
tries
shot to
look
the
palace.
legs!
With Ice Cube down to 21 HP.
This is not looking good. Turtle Squad looked like they had their chance to even things up, but it looks like Mises is actually going to almost even out on the side.
To find one, but KMZ jumps over the bullet. Ice Cube goes down to Cryptic. Bomb is going to be planted today. Cryptic's in an interesting place right now.
KMZ with the taser. Not sure what he's got on his mind, but I guess last round, might as well buy it.
He could work towards the bomb and be seen by nobody. Or potentially one. If he kills Exotic, he's got it. We know some are there.
Last one left. He's not going to try such a risky maneuver.
It's planted very on that open side. He's
No. Okay, jeez. Cryptic had me scared there. He did have the kid. It just would have been a 5-second delay. Now Turtle Squad 8-7. Not a super convincing half now that my squad is on the CT side. This could go to game 3.
Wow. There was just some extreme yelling between the players, so...
I have voice enable off right now just because I have sensitive ears. Some of the games yesterday politely suggested that I, well, I'm not going to repeat them on stream. You get the idea.
Yeah, I don't. Doesn't matter to me. You gotta be like an umpire, in a little league game. Doesn't matter what the parents are, the parents are yelling about. I thought this was America. Come on, it's America. 8-7. We find ourselves here in the second half. Turtle Squad up. My squad pulling back very nicely after being down 7-4 at one point.
Yeah, they definitely clawed their way back up to as even as a half can be. I mean, 8-7 is pretty much all you can ask for when you're T-side. So now Turtle Squad has that advantage, but they may not keep it for long. If they do manage to go the 3-0 after winning pistol round, take it to 11-7, then things will look in their favor. But with the way my squad runs their ecos, I doubt it'll come to that.
My squad triple stacked here up on A, and they don't seem intent to change it. There is a decoy thrown into A, and here comes the rush. It's full on. Retro Q is smoked out. They do find Rapid Robbie sitting in the corner, but Mice Q and KMZ take 2 down.
Whoa!
Retro KMZ picks off 3 there total, all in the dome.
KMZ tap, and showing he doesn't need an op to get his headshots. So now 8-8. My squad has evened things up, and now the fact that they control the sight lines and have the weapons to do so, congratulations. Exotic with a request.
Ecos, though. I'm not putting it out on Turtle at this point. They can definitely still come back right here and take a game right back.
And they're definitely forcing it. They have yet to get a bomb plan down, so it's a little risky doing this. They might have to wait till round 4 to really get rifles in their hands. But if they can reverse the situation.
So
from the nades, big damage.
Now we see the full transition. 2 more members have been called over. Exotic is just sitting there, not exposed. He takes down 2 before finally dying. KMZ takes down another 2, and it's going to be 2-on-1 on the retake here. Rapid Robbie and Retro Q.
Works his way around bench, just being very conservative. He knows that at least someone has marketed themselves through market, but he takes the fight to them. Rapid Robbie, however, politely declines his offers to buy his fruits and vegetables, and makes the score 8-9 in favor of my squad.
You know what goes well with those fruits and vegetables? Cheese. Now it's also what was offered.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty cheesy run. The nade stack there took pretty much everyone down to 50 health, and then it was just a matter of getting at least 1 or 2 bullets in on them. So now 8-9. Things not looking good for Turtle Squad. What looked so up at a massive deficit now looks like a very losable game.
Burt makes a nice pick on the KMZ there. They all push up mid. Now trying to find one coming out. Connector exposed heavily, but hidden behind the smoke, able to get 2, 3 in a row before finally Burt puts him down. Exotic's gonna be able to come. He knows exactly where to look and takes the last 2 down real quickly. That was 10 seconds, and they were all splattered.
Yeah, what looked so promising with that P250 mob kill on the sniper in the nest turned into an absolute whirlwind. They did take another frag, but all 5 of them fell, and that's a lot of money that they're never going to get back. However, those AK-47s definitely proved potent. That one-shot headshot not stopped by head armor, which was opted for by everyone on my squad, and that means only a UMP is on my Q himself.
Now we're setting up for a B play. Bomb is passed back to the 3rd member. Micro sitting on it.
Moving towards B site very slowly. Turtle Squad trying to be a little bit more cautious than they have been in the past few rounds. And here comes the push towards apartments.
MySkew coming at the right time to support because they are going to have the 4th member start to work up towards B. They're all walking, trying to make as little noise as possible. Here comes the rush. Exotic in the same spot he was before. Burt and Micro each find one. They take him down. And that's an easy take and plan.
Yeah, fantastic clean kills there. The Avalanche took 2 lives, and it looks like it might take a 3rd. KMZ falls.
By Retro as he sits on a beautiful angle. Rapid Robbie went down from somebody in market, and Micro took down Retro Q there.
I want to point out, Micro got dinked there by the UMP, but because it wasn't an M4A1S, it didn't take him down. So that's the effect of not upgrading your rifles. Too many times this tournament, we've seen players decide to stick with their MP9s against armored opponents, and how many times has it worked out for them?
Not enough to continue doing what they're doing. So big round back in the way of Turtle Squad. Let's see if they can turn it into 2.
Yeah, rough track record. They smoke out mid, just trying to prevent any kind of AWP poking their way as they try to get control of the map.
No AWPs purchased, oddly enough. So
yeah, CZs and P250s in the hands of some of CT's players, but they are not geared up for an A push. This could catch them by surprise.
Retro Q is going to catch one for free because Cryptic didn't check his corners.
Yeah, trades himself out though, but that's a lot of damage with just a P250.
Got 4 on A now. They really should get this bomb planted quicker.
And MySQ hesitating to rotate, decides to finally pull the trigger and go through market, but he's just stacking up on CT with the rest of his teammates.
Sounds like there was a bit of confusion there on people who did buy out versus shouldn't have. So,
There's no mistake there.
add a little insight from within the game. Trying to find over the top of the barrel. There is Micro's head just available. There's Angry Lego taking down 1, 2. Diane response.
He gives up the crouch and looks like MySQ is going to give up the bomb itself as he heads back towards CT. Just when he keeps the gun that he has. I mean, look at their situation. 2 guys on my squad literally sitting at $0. Rapid Robbie himself sitting at 50.
Somebody's going to die here. Bird's coming around the corner. Just exposed, and MySQ got the turn and flick.
Rough stuff. A triple for him, but he still lost the round, and that never feels good. Rapid Robbie, someone who we've seen as an absolutely insane fragger pretty much all tournament long, really underperforming now. 7 and 12 make up his scoreline. Meanwhile, the second least amount of kills belongs to Mize at 13, almost double that of Robbie's. Meanwhile, a much more balanced spread, 18 and 14 for Retro. That op play in the first half definitely lending himself to an impressive KD. But only 7 kills from Rapid Robbie. For a player known for his frags, he's got to get those numbers up.
So quick push up in the Palace, but nobody's going to be home. They're all walking apartments. But of course, since they found nothing A, obviously we're getting a return back around now. Retro Q already there, working the market as exotic, followed up by Rapid Robbie. KMZ and Mine also all behind. Can they get out here quick enough though? Cryptic finds 1. KMZ and Bert take down Cryptic though. Bert gets Rapid Robbie, KMZ and MySQ take down Retro and Bert. Lots of back and forth going around. Angry Lego Face works around, kills 1. Now they know where 2 is.
Oh,
just missed with that grenade. Turns and fires into the smoke and manages to get the kill anyways.
Okay, Angry Logo Man is the unsung hero of that round. Yeah, Micro got his double kill, but when Angry Lego Man went mid and tossed all those nades out, they thought, oh, it could be a B fake, and they hesitated on the rotation. And then that flank basically secured them the round. What looked like a tough 2v2 turned into the easiest 2v1 they've had to experience in this series. So fantastic work from him, good team play, and now he's got 5K in the bank to show for it.
Nah, Turtle Squad's back in the lead, up 11-10 after winning 3 in a row now. Trying to put this away and get themselves into the grand finals.
Micro not able to finish him off, but maybe the grenade will. Indeed, Rapid Robbie does fall to the Kobe.
Run on the site. Can Cryptic cover CT well enough? Nobody's really looking that way. Surprised more spam didn't come out. Ooh. Cryptic sees him jumping over the top. Can't quite find the shot onto Retro Q. Thought about going for the same maneuver again. Exotic hiding behind a wall.
Every second they take repositioning is one less second they have to defuse that bomb. Micro and Firebox, a very solid position, and the rest on Tetris.
Lego Man finds MySQ trying to jump onto Tetris. Now it's Exotic and Retro Q hiding at the back. Exotic gets domed. And now
Cryptic
I think
trying to
Cryptic's gonna
intercept.
pick up another. Oh, he didn't turn heavy enough. He pulls off the clock. They're still running. They're still chasing.
So desperate for that kill, and I'm glad he eventually got it. Who knows? Stop. So 12-10 and a very solid position for Turtle Squad. My squad, most expensive wallet they got is only 3,100, so they are going to have to sit this round out. Maybe some upgraded pistols, you know, maybe if they're feeling gutsy about it. But Retro Q, someone who's been, you know, the dark horse of my squad, is now the top fragger at 20 and 18. Meanwhile, Rapid Robbie, who's supposed to be the star of the show, sitting at only 7.
Definitely need more of a team effort all the way around. Bert still sitting in the single digits as well with Rapid Robbie, but able to provide some utility for his team in other ways.
MySQ trying to hold mid there with the Deagle, just not as effective if you don't have a scope on it. And Exotic might catch the tease by surprise here.
Cryptic drops down, but he gets dropped by Exotic. Micro puts him down in response. Micro pushing towards jungle, takes out another. Excuse me, towards market, took down MySQ. KMZ finds a random one on Retro. Bert turns and finds KMZ. Now Micro's trying to push, but he had to reload at an awkward time for him there. Means he's gonna go down. Retro Q takes him down, but pushes up too far. Gets spotted out. Rapid Robbie makes the kill, and now it's a one-on-one.
Bomb position is down, and Robbie at only 22 HP.
He spots him over half wall. Now he can hide. Rapid Robbie waiting.
knows that pros don't fake, and this is an amateur tournament. So he's either going to have to start the defuse or he's going to have to get out of there, and Rapid Robbie decides it's not worth the fight.
Great decision by him to not commit to looking on it. I mean, obviously, it was a gamble, and he was right this time.
I don't know if it was the right call, but it's definitely the necessary one. Turtle Squad goes up 13. So if my squad loses this and they go to 14, odds are they'll have to eco again, and if they lose that, suddenly it's at match point. Tough stuff, but
up against the ropes right now.
however, Turtle Squad is also in a kind of a dangerous situation, extremely mismatched quantities of dollars in their wallets. So if they wind up losing this round, it's going to be super tough to assemble a buy for the next one. Conservative push, leaving the bomb in base. Definitely don't want to take it anywhere where it might get caught out. Burt doing a good job of showing some aggression towards B, kind of baiting the rotate. But MySQ himself wants more than just to sit and wait.
He really wanted to push up, and if he finds up, he might find a customer here.
Burt's got his nade out, though. If he pushes through the smoke, that could spell doom.
Smoke nade is all he did, though.
Look at how pushed they are into apartment. If they do go for an A push right now, if Burt finally makes the call, yeah, they're chasing me. It's going to be so long of a rotate, it's going to be a 4v3 for the rest of the game.
Some long smokes coming in from around the world. Burt's going to push forward. MySQ takes him down.
Yeah, rough stuff there.
And there's the
more
push into
patience.
A, as you called. There's a lot of noise there, but we're going to have 3 here on the retake from CT immediately. Not anymore as
Whoa,
KMZ and
Cryptic.
Robbie go down to Cryptic.
Crazy double kill there, completely eviscerates their ticket box-based retake attempt. And so now the CTs are scattered, just looking to compose themselves for this retake, but the bomb's still not down.
Retro picks up 1, he picks up a second, meaning the only customers left on A-Ramp. He picks up Cryptic.
Whoa.
And Retro. Bomb is not down. This is suddenly a very dangerous situation. And MySQ backs out knowing the bomb is not down. He's got some time.
Rotate towards Palace, but that allows him to get the bomb plant for free. So if he just goes and hides in jungle or anywhere close to it, instead he opts for CT, you know, there's no reason for him to peek. He's got the bomb and his enemy wrapped around his fingertips.
AK for AK. They know where each other is. The dance is on. An angry Lego man wins it over MySQ, and that's going to take it, as you said, into a dangerous territory that is now 14-10.
Spotted his shiny bald head sticking out of ticket box, but my squad does have enough cash that can maybe scrape together a buy if Rapid Robbie's willing to drop rifles for his teammates.
Nope, he bought an op. So he traded for somebody there, which means Retro Q is definitely not getting a full weapon yet because he bought armor as well. So not happening. A lot of utility. Op Colt Famas 45. Let's see what
Seems
they can
so
pull off
strange
with
to
the
neglect him. I mean, he's got 21 kills, top fragging, best player on the team, right? Instead he's left with a lonely Deeg.
Meanwhile, Cryptic's had a few good rounds. Again, the guy I said kind of at the beginning, I thought he needed to pop off a little bit more, doing what they need to do right here to try and put this away. Here's the push on to B. Cryptic pops MySQ. Pops Micro. Now looking for a second. Cryptic gets that on an exotic. He's going to work back towards Cat.
Numbers advantages there, and the bomb's already down.
Catches the
Super
jumper.
fast movement.
Cryptic gets another one, but he wasn't expecting the second jumper. Rapid Robbie picking up a kill there.
They know exactly where he is, and even with that AK, it's going to be real tough if he hopes to get his foot onto B's site. Burt makes sure that he's not getting anywhere near Cat.
He's running away completely. Rapid Robbie just going to save this op and run as far, far away as he can.
I don't know about this decision. Rapid Robbie has been saving up those points like we talked about. Not a whole lot of frags from him. This could be his chance to redeem himself. He just barely broke double digits. Rough stuff from him, but they're going to have to play for OT. Otherwise, Turtle Squad is going to take this game, knock them out of contention, and find their way against Azio Esports in Grand Finals. Just one round away.
Here we go, 15-10. What does my squad have left in the bank? You can't be any further up against the brink of elimination than this.
This is the this is do or die time. They do manage to somehow get it off into the hands of KMZ, but their economy is absolutely shattered. Even if they win this, if they lose enough guns, that might just set them up for failure the next round.
Right you are. Let's see what they can find.
Very conservatively. Turtle Squad wants the nerves to get to Miza's squad. Look at how neutral their positioning is. Bird isn't even poking and prodding the way he has been at B site. Instead he opts for A main, but even then he doesn't peek one bit. He wants the nerves to set in for Miza's squad.
Yeah, this is absolutely well done here. No rush, and which is like you said, they haven't rushed the entire. Or they've been rushing so much recently that you'd expect, some kind of firefight to be found, but it just hasn't been.
Yeah, the total absence of it is probably freaking Mises out rather than comforting them. Retro's moving back to get the bomb up, and maybe they finally decided where they want to go.
Make sure you put an F in chat. Put something in chat. If Turtle Squad wins this, we will be doing the drawing immediately after. So not just grand finals on deck here. Some prizes to give away. We'll give them more after this round.
Oh, this tiny
AMC
angle,
needs
so
to take a
tight.
shot. He was looking on it. He's going to throw the flame. That's going to slow down the rush a little bit. It takes a little bit of fire damage and then a shot from KMZ. But it's a close range fight. Cryptic should have it here with the AK. Finds one. Now he's going to have to look market.
Spotted the barrel coming out, but the rotate comes in too. And remember, the bomb is not on B, it's on A.
Angry Lego
T
Man.
carrying
Retro
it is still
both go
alive.
down. Micro takes down Rapid Robbie and MySQ. And we're in a 2-on-1. Exotic's the only one alive. He's got to pull off this 1v2 clutch. He's
Exotic is
around.
quick.
He may have a great shot here. Takes down Micro, but the bomb did get planted.
This is
He
it.
knows
Is
where
he
he
going to
is
be able
now.
to check jungle? Is he going to go to Cerus?
He
And
checks,
one shot
Cryptic ends it all.
puts him out of commission. Turtle Squad 16-10 and 16-11. 2 games won, puts them into grand finals against Ozio Esports for the chance at $1,500 and 5 express tickets to Dreamhack Austin.
One final match away, ladies and gentlemen.
Fantastic stuff from them. Man, Turtle Squad has truly fought their way in. I don't think any team has truly fought their way as much as them. Remember, they dropped to lower bracket in the second round. I mean, they got dropped by Azio 2-0 in one of the craziest 2-0s I've ever seen in my life. Remember that double overtime match? Same team. And now they're meeting each other again in grand finals. So be sure to stay tuned. We're definitely going to get that raffle done just now. Hopefully we're going to be able to announce the winner soon. But
We got the winner. It is MGTV. Congrats. And thanks for joining. And thank you also for the follows that you gave to both of us casters here. We appreciate it greatly for everyone that has added us. I will definitely be more active on my Twitter after this, trying to get my new stream up. I did actually just switch my name, so kind of getting the stream all set up, and I'll have that up and running. And Bright, like I said, would love to do some games for me with you going forward. This will actually be my last game of the night, so unfortunately I do have to go take care of a few other things. So been a great time casting with y'all, and thank y'all Freedom for having me to take care part of this.
yeah, fantastic casting here from Mez. He's helped to make this all possible. Shouts out to him. Show some love in the chat for him. Thanks again, Mez.
Absolutely. Best of luck to Azio and Turtle Squad as well. I'm betting it's going to be a great rematch of the first game that they had earlier.
Yeah, great bookends to end off on. But until that match, stay tuned for the grand finals on the road to Dreamhack, Austin 2018.
Was wrong. It creeps on back through color glass, through color glass. I'll paint out the sun again to say I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing.
I'm here once again, and I'm dealing, I'm feeling the pain. So who takes the fall again? Come with me. Come with me. I was wrong. It creeps on back through color glass, through color glass.
Hello and welcome back. This is still Brightside offering a warm return to Road to Dreamhack Austin 2018, but this time I'm not alone. I'm joined here by the marketing lead for Dreamhack of North America, RB Pete here. Pete, why don't you tell the people a little bit about what you're about?
I'm all about the games, my friend. In fact, I'm here to talk specifically about the Austin event that'll be happening June 1st through the 3rd. By the way, congrats to all the players that made it up to this point, Brightside. The commentary has been fantastic. It's been a lot of fun. But there's a big prize that is going to be going to the top team. And those 5 BYOC passes plus that travel assistant is going to be super essential for them to enjoy a lot of the events that are going to be happening there. And let me just summarize some of the things that are going to be happening during DreamHack at the Austin Convention Center in Austin, Texas. You're talking about a gaming lifestyle festival, whether it be esports, 24/7, bring your own computer, LAN event. We're going to have Cruella as the leading music performance there at the event, followed by Pegboard Nerds and Tokyo Machine. We're going to have panels where folks from the esports industry will be talking to the audience there and giving them insights from the latest developments on that. We've got an arcade setup, the fighting game community, PC, open console areas, indie games, an art gallery, virtual reality, student showcase, tabletop games. You can meet some of the top Twitch streamers that are out there. Cosplay championship that will be judged by Yaya Han, and that's going to be exciting for all you cosplayers that are out there. But that's not all. There's even more. Some of you folks that are interested in wanting to come help us out, we are looking for crew that might want to get in. So if you're interested in volunteering for DreamHack Austin, just go over to the website, get at dreamhack.com/Austin, and you can get in and many activities at the expo. You can help out with the stream studio, the crew services, esports, LAN, logistics, all of it. We are looking for some folks to come in and help us out, and there's an opportunity for you to do that. So anyway, hey, Brightside, thanks for letting me share with that friend. And this tournament is fantastic. You guys, good luck out there to ASIO. Good luck out there to Turtle Squad. I wish you all the best of luck. See you at DreamHack.
Well, thanks so much, Pete, for letting it happen, and thanks for actually maybe whetting the appetites of our viewers. Remember, there's still a chance to gain access. 3 days, a spectator pass is going to be given out later in this grand final to one lucky viewer. Just make sure to keep interacting with Twitch chat and invite your friends for more opportunities to get that free ticket, along with other prizes from more of our fabulous sponsors. Thanks so much, Pete, for letting this tournament happen. It isn't an exaggeration to say that you're the linchpin of this entire operation.
No, don't mention it, man. No, this is not my operation. I'm just a small piece in the big puzzle, my friend. We need everybody's participation in order to make this magic come together. But I really appreciate the shout.
Of course. Thanks. Show Pete some love in the chat, and let's get into this grand final. 6 players already connected and 2 players readying up. This looks like a pretty interesting matchup, but it's actually a rematch of a certain upper bracket round 2 match that we saw earlier. Turtle Squad up against ASIO. ASIO took it 2-0 over Turtle Squad, which indicates it might have been a bit of a stomp. But trust me, it was anything but. Game 2, we had a double overtime scenario where ASIO finally clinched it out over Turtle Squad in the second overtime on Mirage. We saw fantastic defensive play and great teamwork coordination in ASIO, and saw fantastic individual skill and exploitation of their opponent's patterns from Turtle Squad. Grand Finals is their chance to make the rematch happen, and ASIO, coming from winner's bracket, has to only take one best-of-3 set over Turtle Squad, whereas Turtle Squad themselves have to reset the bracket if they hope to win the grand prize of 5 premium BYOC tickets and $1,500 in travel expense, which makes up the grand prize of this tournament. So a huge shout out to all the sponsors who have made this possible. Mothership Games in Austin, Texas is your one-stop shop for tabletop games, video games, social gaming, and way, way more. Looking to get into D&D and other role-playing games? They have all the materials you need, including some of the stuff we've raffled off earlier tonight to help get your D&D experience started. Sandland, the premier San Antonio LAN community, hosts events every 4 to 6 months in San Antonio that include CSGO tournaments and sometimes more, like League of Legends and other BYOC fun events. Combine that with a love of the game and a community that's truly adhered to CSGO throughout the years, and you get one of the best events possible in Texas and the rest of the United States. For more information on Sandland, check out their website, just give them a Google, and follow them on Twitter for more updates about their next upcoming event. Last but not least, of course, Dreamhack, the individuals who have made this complete insane tournament possible by allowing not only for 5 BYOC tickets, but that $1,500 travel expense stipend to the grand finals winner. And one of those teams present here today, Turtle Squad or ASIO, is going to get their maws on that fantastic prize. Predictions for this one, slim. I would say the Turtle Squad have definitely shown up since last game. Micro and Bert, not to mention Retro's insane options, have proven themselves as a fantastic rifling duo. Micro, more often than not, acting as the entry fragger, but Bert as the refragger has proven to be a vital combination to taking sites. We saw them last game on Mirage. It was extremely difficult for them to defend B site because of that constant aggression and teamwork attitude. That puggy style may not lend itself to teamwork-based strats, but when it comes to that individual ability to just run, no one can beat Turtle Squad. AZO, on the other hand, packs a ton of talent into just a handful of players with a fantastic supporting cast. Shonk, often acting as the entry rifler, has an insane rate of being able to at least get a foothold on site. And once he's there, support riflers Seziwana and Tryhard do their best in order to secure it. Maui Snake proving to be one of the most incredible talents in this entire tournament. Subbing in on day one for another player, Meech God, he's proven that his AWP skills are without rival. However, Retro may beg to differ. The star opper of Turtle Squad is definitely going to square up multiple times with Maui Snake over the course of these potential 6 games, and there's no doubt that a rivalry will be formed and ended here tonight. Lastly, the man who we've referred to as Angry Lego Man has proved to be a fantastic lurker, someone who's shown to not only allow the site to be completely empty by the time his team gets there, but also back them up at the same time. His ability to detract from utility, as well as draw in rotations, may prove the key in this best of 3 match, at least the first set of them. So, with that out of the way, Turtle Squad and AZO are finally readied up, and it's time to begin our grand finals here on the road to Dreamhack. First map selection of Cobblestone is an interesting map. We've seen it played by both of these teams. Turtle Squad instead opting for CT, unlike the T side that we've seen in the past. Their super aggressive strats definitely favor B side, but we've seen how Retro on CT, once he gets his hands on that op and can wiggle waggle around Fountain, there's no chance that the T's taking the site, at least without drawing heavy blood. So we see pretty basic buys out here. Everyone's got armor, nothing too exciting, not even so much as a decoy, but I think it's the spread that really makes these teams different. Instead of the usual B rush, AZO makes its way towards A site, going through upper, and they might completely surpass Bert, the only man left on site to really defend it. See the rotate called out from Angry Lego Man, but it looks like they're rotating through lower instead. Shots ring out to announce their presence, and oh my god, are they baiting the rotate to go to B's site? Maui Snake is already in position, ready to pop out at a moment's notice. Cryptic could get lurked on in his own damn site. Bert in the potentially devastating defensive position. Seziwana will be the first onto the site. Cryptic spots Maui Snake. He's unable to get the shots off, and first blood is drawn in grand finals. Cryptic takes down Maui Snake as they burst onto A site. Seziwana's teammates fall, but he busts back with a couple frags of his own. Bert, Angry Pac-Man, and Cryptic fall. Micro follows suit, and now Retro, the star opper, is the only man left, but ain't no scope on his gun. That USPS at range is a deadly weapon, but Shonk is down there, unable to support his teammate on site. Gives up the position, but the aim duel isn't fast enough. Shonk takes him down with a shot to the dome, and Retro falls. First round in this grand final goes to AZIO Esports. One of the biggest differences, I think, between this team definitely relies on their approach to defensive play in the retake scenario. Whereas Turtle Squad isn't fair to just go one after another, try to take those aim duels and come out on top. AZO is extremely reliant on their utility. If they don't have nades, they might as well not try to retake the site. We also see a lot of heavy saves. A lot of MAC-10s coming out, including an MP7 on Tryhard, SMGs across the board. That 1200 reward for kills might not be super effective here, though, because of the armor pickups by almost all of Turtle Squad. First blood is run onto the site. One West, the fantastic support rifler, falls. He trades out for Maui Snake, who gets another kill of his own. 2400 already in the bank, and Micro with the CZ75. Tip tapping at Shonk, unable to get too many bullets in him as this. Now he's pushed into the corner. He's caught out with no one to get him out, so it looks like AZO will be picking up this second round. 5-7s in the hands of Bert, and Angry Lego Man, however, could pick up an entry frag, but could also just as easily feed 1200 into the pockets of AZO's players. Shots ringing out. Tryhard is the closest to him. I don't think he realized just how close he is, and Maui Snake gets the flank off, so that's another 1200 in the bank. He goes for drop down, takes down Maui Snake, but actually takes down his teammate, but Maui Snake busts back to avenge him, and that's another 1200. A 4 kill for Maui, and look at how much money he has now, 6600. He can easily afford that op on round 3 if he pleases, and we've seen his skill with it in the past. Looks like instead they are opting to pick up mostly rifles. Shrunk the only one yet to buy. AK in his hands, but the rest stocked with a very similar layout to last round, but this time no armor on Turtle Squad. I think the armor was the defining factor last time, allowed them to pick up 2 kills on AZIO. Really posed a threat, and now One West, bursting into sight, manages to use the MAC-10's jumping accuracy to take down Burt. That means a lot less lurking power, no one quite as forward. If they rush in onto B site, the rotate might not be there in time. Angry Lego Man trying to get through. They're so hesitant to call this rotate because they don't have a lot of information. They only saw one, and that means they're going to get on site for free as they rush towards B. Trap behind the rock here. Angry Lego Man gets mollied out, but he does manage to do some damage. Insane spray by the MAC-10. That's a double kill for Tryhard on the same spray. And 4v0 to end the round off. AZIO, fantastic use of the submachine guns, not only using them at close range, using them to secure the bomb plan early, but also an absolute ton of money on their part. Their wallets are mostly stocked, with the exceptions of Micro and Cryptic. Well, actually, after all these rounds, because they lost quite a few, they're not looking too hot. Meanwhile, AZIO, using those submachine guns and that massive kill reward, Maui Snake almost has 10k in the bank at the end of round 4, and he's already died at least once. Shots ringing out and drop down. Shonk manages to take down one and opens up the site. Maui Snake busts back in mid, though. The rotate not working out for them. Cryptic with the M4 kind of caught behind. Spots Shonk, gets him through the wall with a headshot wall bang. Fantastic from him. That could have been the opening they needed as they head towards mid. They got to make this rotate and they got to make it fast. They don't want Bomb to get down. Says he wanted in a very neutral position. Could hold it from stables, could hold it from lower even. Looks like they're heading towards balcony. One West weeds the rotate though. Takes down Retro, now Cryptic in the 1v3. He does have the M4. It is possible to get a couple entry frags, but this clutch is a hard order to follow. So he is going to fall back. Unfortunately, because of the money situation, Turtle Squad isn't going to be able to support that M4 with things like CZs or UMPs. Odds are it's going to have to be a full save if they hope to get a full buy on round 5. So things are not looking good for Turtle Squad, but again, this is just the start. There might also be a little bit of a mental block here. Turtle Squad did fall 2-0 to AZO, and even though it was a pretty darn even 2-0, as even as one can be, there might be this element of we've lost to them before, we can lose to them again. So they might have to play that mental game. A little bit of BM from Angry Lego Man in chat. Yeah, both of these teams have not shied away from trash talk all throughout this tournament. Yeah, 13k in the bank for Maui Snake. He could be picking up the AWP, but instead he opts for the M4A1S. Not entirely sure why. Not much more of a kill reward, 300 compared to only 100, but Micro could catch them off guard here with the CZ75, but just a wall of lead beats him as he pokes through door. Not too much damage on him, but that's a lot of information, and they're definitely calling for the rotate. Bird and Retro on their way to A site, looking to reinforce, and this makes the T's question their decision. Really good play by Micro. He didn't get any damage, at least not too much. But that information is worth more than any gun. Angry Lego Man looking to back up Micro on this double peek. They're coming over lower. One West catches him off guard. Did they spot Retro? Bird spamming through, but seems to think they're much further on site than they actually are. One West at very low HP manages to take down Retro anyway, though, and they're on site. They've got full control. Angry Lego Man's lurk not working out in his favor. Now it's just Burt and Cryptic. Cryptic manages to spot the rotate away from Tryhard. There's not much more for them to do, so it looks like AZIO are going to finish up this round 5-0, beating Turtle Squad, but Turtle Squad with that beastly 3,400 consolation money. That could bring them back into the game faster than you would expect. It's entirely possible that if we have a round where AZIO unfortunately loses a lot of their guns, they could pick up MP9s, anticipating a strict buy from Turtle Squad and then refill their wallets from there. Cryptic, feeling like he needs to go to the restroom. That's not how you get in there, though. Never sure if he's used a porta potty in the past. And there's the bomb. Tryhard being the only one to follow. One West himself picks up a 2K, despite being at only 17 HP for that second kill. It looks like we have a bit of a technical problem. Pause from AZO. Retro letting his feelings fly. Hopefully that wasn't the problem that caused the technical pause. 27 viewers now for this grand finals. Invite your friends. This is one of the peaks that we've had all day. I think we hit about 30 yesterday towards the end of the stream, so if we can break that, that would just be fantastic. Remember, guys, this is an insanely high prize pool for this kind of tournament. So I'm not entirely sure what the problem is in the match, but it looks like we are going to resume. Technical problem is done. Looks like Maui Snake had a bit of a problem with his microphone. Hopefully fixed it up. So now AZIO hoping to continue their dominating streak. 1,500 in the bank for Maui Snake means he could be buying for himself, his teammates, and even the other team if he felt like it. But I think this is the first time in the half that Turtle Squad has managed to put an AWP onto Retro. That means it's going to be that much harder for them to take the site. Retro himself moving right towards his favorite position, towards Fountain. And it looks like there are a good amount of T's headed towards B, but the bomb itself is actually headed towards upper. Curious to see how AZIO's strength is going to play out. Such a thin spread. Burt nading nothing. Says Iwana was not too far behind. After that smoke clears, that might be a bit of a duel between those two players. Bomb in a neutral position. They could be heading towards B, but they might be able to read the fact that Retro has the op. And they don't want to run headfirst into that, so they do keep bomb position more towards A. We're seeing very consistently more of a 1-2-2 spread, or at least a 1-1-3, with usually a man sitting in connector. In this case, that role goes to Micro, one of the star fraggers, but Bird is getting dangerously close to the rest of the T side. If they don't check their corners, this could be a bloodbath, but instead they opt for the stairs. Maui Snake could fall victim to Bird's trap. Tryhard's on point, but they do manage to check the corners. Burt does take down Tryhard. And Micro falls through with the frag of his own. Now 4v3 in favor of Turtle Squad. This could be the opportunity they need to bust themselves back into the game. Says you want at low HP, but One West makes sure that you can even out the man advantage. Retro with the AWP. We know why you should be scared of this player. He has proven himself to be way too competent with that scope weapon. Says you want to get in danger close. Shank so close to the site. I don't think he knows, but he sees Micro at the last second. And now it's just Cryptic. It looks like AZIO might be able to get the bomb down. And if they can secure a crossfire towards door, they know exactly where Cryptic is. If they play this defensively, this round is all but theirs. And City goes for the peak anyway. See, this is the kind of aggressive play that AZIO is not exactly known for in this tournament so far. We haven't seen them go for those kinds of crazy peaks, especially when they're on CT side. But when you have 16k in the bank like the way Maui Snake does, you'll take risks. So now AZIO going up 6-0 on the terrorist side. Now, it's worth noting that Cobblestone is kind of stereotyped as being a T competitive map. You know, it's a lot easier to get rounds on T side, and I'll say it is that way for the Ecos. But on balance, it's not the case. Shank puts out onto site trying to just move that moments. He puts down Cryptic down to single-digit HP, and he gets him to wall help of a teammate. Retro, trapped here. Didn't expect such an aggressive push out. Very little utility used, and now Burt falls too, and in an absolute tempest of taps. They take B site, put down the bomb, and take their victory. So 7-0, and now Turtle Squad might be forced into an eco situation. One of the more clever moves you're seeing from some of Turtle Squad's player, unfortunately not on Micro, but you'll see it on Angry Lego Man and on Retro. They know for a fact that, oh, see, Cryptic just picked it up too. They know for a fact that they're going to be against AKs and Ops, which, helmet or not, is going to be a one-shot kill. So they only go for the armor. Saves a little bit of cash, can help them buy a gun later. A lot more BM in chat now. This is not a friendly competition, boys. Cryptic flashed out, forced to retreat, and he doesn't have all the info. All 5 members of the team are on site. Crazy shots coming out from him. That's 2 kills. Evened out now. Maui Snake with that AWP, however, he's going to be able to catch almost anyone coming in from door. Tryhard at very low HP, situated towards Coop, gets the bomb down. Are they going to be able to read this rotate? See, this is the lurking that Angry Lego Man is known for. Crazy flick right into the dome. Let's see if Micro can somehow maneuver his way around. Crazy CC75 taps from a distance. And Micro finally getting a number on the board for them. No kit here, but there's just enough time remaining that he can get it within 10. Great stuff from Micro there. It's worth noting, though, that pulling out the AK might have been a little bit of a downgrade at only 17 HP. the faster fire rate may actually be more of a boon to him than a Bane. But he couldn't have known the exact numbers, so he does go for the safe play and picks up an AWP for his trouble. So Turtle Squad finally has numbers on the board, but in order to get an economic advantage, they're going to have to win a few more in a row. Even after a complete and total buy, Maui Snake looking at 6K left. So even if they lose this, he can still buy for himself, maybe also for a teammate. 10K left for Seziwana. Single op setup. It's rare to see dual op setups on this map, but can sometimes be used to deter pushes from long. I'm interested to see where Seziwana is going to go in this map. He's really kind of dictated the pace, kind of operating as a bit of a second entry fragger as opposed to the support rifler we know him as. Clever boost up here. Not a whole lot of players will be checking that spot as soon as they get in, so bomb is situated towards A long. 2-on-2 spread is fairly unusual. Maui Snake zooming in, trying to catch any overconfident CTs. His positioning from Burt may just be fantastic. He's meant to watch lower, but if they don't check it coming from upper, you can shoot him from behind and just cause a total massacre of the terrorist attackers. Yeah, Maui Snake has no idea about the positioning from Burt. Super clever. Looking towards lower, might spot one west. But he hears the commotion behind him. Flash dodges him. Here's that positioning we talked about. Maui Snake and Tryhard fall to that insanely clever boost position. It wasn't what they were going for, but it worked out in their favor anyway. And now Turtle Squad has the man advantage. Says he wanna in the 1v3. Far from impossible for a player of his skill. But Retro makes it known that his skills are just as good, if not better. 2-7. Still in favor of AZIO, but they are slowly gaining traction. Turtle Squad 2-7 now. Pretty even gun round looking at the average net worth of these teams. No AWP on AZIO. Makes it a little bit more difficult to take A and also defend the site, but you see one in the hands of Retro. Indeed, he heads for Coop instead of Found this time. A little bit of a change in position. Might throw the tees off. Wow. Shot from him takes down one. But Maui Snake busting back from drop down allows his team to gain a foothold into the site. Fire up on Cryptic, makes him panic a little bit, and one west picks up the rest of the kill. Burt, known for his lurking, not super known for his clutch position though, up against a battle-hardened one west with 2 kills already under his belt. If he gets the jump crouch timing right, he may be able to go silent, but instead he opts for the safer position. Control of the bomb is available, so we can go right behind Fountain. Don't think Burt has the angle on doors. No, he doesn't, and one west walking means that he won't be able to hear him either. Oh, he's suspicious. He's going for more of the aggressive play. Check your left. Oh my god, they don't see each other. And the weapon switch might have just cost him the round. That and the aggressive play, instead of just planting and waiting, means that Turtle Squad is going to go up 3-7 in this first half of the first game of the first set of our grand finals. So that's 3 wins in a row for Turtle Squad. AZIO finally looking to be running out of that nest egg they worked up over the first half of the half. This might be their last buy for a while. However, they are working up that fantastic consolation money, so they will be getting 2,900 at the end of the round, which means that they can keep the guns coming and coming and coming. Speaking of coming and coming and coming, the Avalanche down into drop down catches them completely by surprise. There are a few more men left on B's site, including the rotate. However, Shonk falls to a combination of utility grenades. However, they might have led them astray. Well, it seems like Bird is still on site. It's going to be difficult for him to deter this, especially as he's shot down, and it looks like the bomb plant is going to be secured. Maui Snake gets into the zone, picking up the man count, but a lot of damage on him. It's going to be difficult for him to duel. That grenade is most likely going to miss him, but it does do some damage to Seziwana. Clever positioning here could get them the round. Shots in the kneecaps, but it's not enough, and he's still moving as fast as ever. Scrambling for that safety. Super aggressive movement by Retro, showing you that even though he has an op, he's not afraid to get up close and personal. Seziwana out dueling the AWP, puts them back on top, 3-8. And that's AZIO's first round in 4 sessions so far. So it looks like a tactical timeout has been requested. AZIO finally taking a round. Or what's the cause for this tactical timeout? Maybe just discussing what worked that round as opposed to what didn't before. Maybe discussing maybe a new strategy, trying to flip it up on Turtle Squad, who might have already gotten the read on them. We've seen how Turtle Squad is really good at exploiting predictable enemy movement, and AZIO, as good of a team as they are, pretty darn simple. So Tryhard timed out. Okay, so they did in fact use the wrong timeout. They were looking for a technical pause, but Tryhard looks like he will be connecting to the server. Some of these players' ping is a little bit rough. Maui Snake in particular, which is strange. We've seen how he's been doing a fantastic job right now, top fragging in the entire server, unless Tryhard somehow is going even harder than him. Perhaps the name does make sense, but Maui Snake at 13 kills, 6 deaths, but 120 ping. A little bit of a shock from him. So now we're just waiting for the resume to be typed and we can be on our way. Yeah, what was kind of meant to be a friendly tournament has turned into a little bit of salt. AZIO and Turtle Squad not looking to appreciate each other too much. Bert attempting to lighten the mood. I'm not going to say it's not funny, but I'm not going to say it's funny either. Hoffman from SIBO has joined us in Twitch chat. Thanks for popping in, and thanks so much for letting us use your servers for this fantastic tournament put on by Cerus GG. 128 tick is the gold standard for tournament CSGO, and without it, you're not playing tournament CSGO. You're hardly playing CSGO at all. You're playing matchmaking. So now it looks like Tryhard has rejoined to the server. 4,200 in the bank for him, but only 3 kills and 10 deaths. I wonder what the cause for the disconnect was. Perhaps some kind of ping issue. He's standing stable at around 50, going down to 40 now after the connection stabilized, and even lower from there. Strangely enough, it seems like both operas on the teams have relatively high ping. Maui Snake rocking like 115. He might actually be from Maui with this kind of connection. Meanwhile, Retro sitting pretty at 80. High by most opera standards, but in this case, he's, what, 40 milliseconds ahead of Maui Snake? Bicycle versus car, you have probably one of the best senses of humor of everyone in our Twitch chat. And Daedalus EX, you've been joining us for pretty much the entire weekend. Shouts out to you. Probably one of the most diehard fans of the Road to Dreamhack series. We're still getting this pause together. Tryhard is a part of the server, but not entirely sure why the technical pause is continuing. Bert really trying to lighten the mood. The experienced Carpenter really nailed it, but the new guy screwed everything up. Real knee slapper there. Sean preferring a little bit more blunt humor. And, you know, I didn't really know what Micro would be like as a person, but that really gives us a glimpse into his personality. I like Bert, though. I'd hang out with Bert. Technical pause still resuming. Looks like the resume request has came in. Turtle Squad has requested it. And it's been confirmed. So hopefully whatever problems Tryhard had has been fixed. But the greater problem is going to be his scoreline. 310 is not where you want to be in the grand finals with a tournament as high of stakes as this. Yes, AZIO is winning. But it's important to take into account why. So now Turtle Squad heads towards a pretty heavy B stack. There's only one man on A. Angry Lego Man. Rocking that P250 and nothing but. Bert with the taser looking maybe for some BM, but it looks like the T's are just going to roam onto site. Yeah, USPS shots ring out the doors, but it's not enough. And Cryptic and Retro at the back of site unfortunately dropped first, so they will not be able to assist with the retake effort. Iwana might spot Micro out, and indeed he does, so now long indoors are the places to look. It says Iwana is not looking at either of them. Ooh, big damage onto Bert. Including that Molotov, he goes from 100 to 49 real quick. seems almost as if they're trying to save, but they're really not aggressing on the site at all. Bird coming in close to door, maybe just trying to get an exit frag with the taser. Gotta be a lot closer than that, though I do appreciate the effort. We're looking a little bit like a class clown, so 310, or 310 could be the score next round if Azio keeps up this momentum. So 3-9, Turtle Squad is not really on a save, but in a very mismatched buy. They have plenty of money to get rifles on Burt, Cryptic, but 2 Mag 7s. Oftentimes you'll see Mag 7s used to defend A long. If you expect a rush push there, the jumping accuracy coming around the corners is remarkably high, almost as high as the MP9. But this read is not coming in clutch. Instead, the Mag 7s are located on B's site, which is exactly where the terrorists are headed, and they're already on site. Retro gets one. Looking towards Coop, might get a second in the form of Shonk. Says he wants to anticipate moving to the right. Good headshot from Shonk puts Angry Lego Man out of his misery, and now Micro going to regret that Mag 7 purchase. Gets the man in the corner, but can't keep fine, says he wanna. Micro in the 1v2. He gets spotted way too fast by Tryhard, not long enough to get his foot in the door, and unfortunately falls to make 3-10 the previously predicted score, if I may point it out. Looking very rough for Turtle Squad. Unless they somehow pull off a miracle with this eco, likely we're going to see a 12-3 half. They decide to force it up again with the Mag 7s, not entirely sure why. We saw Micro almost immediately throw his away when an M4 became apparent. And again, they head towards B. Interesting stack up, man towards connector. Looks like one West is going to get involved with him very quickly. Shonk using that flash to just push through platform. No hesitation at all. The CC-75 just pecking at him from a distance. But sometimes a million pecks are enough. Says he wanted, taking advantage of the blinded Micro. And it looks like Burt is really the only healthy man left standing. Angry Lego Man to fall pretty darn soon. But not without making his presence known. He takes down the support rifler. And it's just a matter of bringing Burt's rotation. And Maui Snake reads it like the Library of Alexandria. Burt falls 3-11. Time is not a one-way street. And neither is the path to victory here. Turtle Squad really going to have to dig deep. Very little money in their pockets. More Mag 7 picks up. Not entirely sure what the goal is with that. We do see a little smattering of rifles and a little bit of utility on Burt with only a 5.7 to his name. He's going to be defending A long, but again, the B rush. It's worked out time and time and time again. ZIO knows exactly what they want to do. Crazy stuff from Maui Snake comes out. Retro to fall soon. Through the wall and through the dome. Micro might be able to get a kill with this Mag 7, and indeed he does. Takes out Maui Snake, finally putting that bad boy to use. Good crossfire there, and through the smoke? Shonk, what a fantastic spray through the door. And 3-12 at the half. If AZIO wins pistol, it's pretty much guaranteed to be a very quick game in their favor. So now we're just waiting for players to ready up. AZIO in form of their CT. Definitely more defensive when it comes to the up. Maui Snake, very similar to Shonk that we saw earlier in the tournament series. A lot more traditional. Whereas we have Retro, who's jumping and gliding around, more JW-esque. We have a more skadoodly Maui Snake, who's better just finding an angle, holding it, and just cutting off a part of the map. That's definitely what he specializes in. I kind of liked what Cryptic was doing. If that's how he somehow manages recoil control, he might be up to something. 9 out of 10, not sure who's holding out. Looks like Angry Lego Man, no wonder he's so angry. Might not even know how to ready up yet. I want to apologize to the people if my voice keeps cracking or getting a little bit hoarse. This is day 2 of the tournament, a lot of casting going on, but it's important that it's done. So AZIO, most likely going to watch these replays, going to hear my voice crack over and over and over again. For that, I do not apologize. Instead, I say you're welcome. Hoffman Sivo, again, thanks so much for joining us in Twitch chat. You guys should take a page from him and start getting a little bit more active. Remember, we got one more ticket to give away to Dreamhack Austin, along with another gift from our sponsors. So it looks like they're finally getting ready for the pistol round. With the roles reversed, Angry Lego Man picking up a whole lot of utility. Not only his smoke, but also the flashes. We do see a defuse kit on Maui Snake in lieu of the smoke and the decoy. That could come in handy if the round goes late. Heads towards trying to prevent any kind of CT rush through lower or anything of the sort. When the USP taps come out, Bert and Maui Snake do trade. And they're just getting dissected by these razor precise USPSs. One West doesn't get the jump up. But he does get a Glock bullet to the dome, and now Tryhard and Shonk trying to find a way to prevent Micro from getting the bomb down, prevent any kind of economic advantage he can muster. Shots ring out silent, so they do get an idea of where he is, but not a perfect one. It looks like the rotate is on the way. Tryhard might have heard some of those footsteps. And towards drop down. Micro does seem to consider it for a second, but instead he works towards A. Shonk anticipating the rotate, maybe going for that corner position that we've seen so many times, and indeed he is. Such a sneaky position, but it looks like Micro is doing some sneakiness of his own. You heard the drop down, Tryhard, maybe calling for the rotate. Oh, he sneaks towards mid. Very inventive path, but Micro smells blood as he looks to take Tryhard out early. Turn it into a 1v1. 46 HP and an open sight means that the bomb will go down quickly, but Chunk's rotate will come just as fast. A little bit wary, but now he knows that the bomb is down. As he hides towards the left side, it's just a matter of who gets the angle first. The USPS more suited to these ranges, but Micro's picked one up on his own, and a crazy headshot from Shonk secures AZIO's pistol round for the second time in this game. Right now, Turtle Squad have only taken away 3 rounds, all quick in succession. I believe it was rounds 8 and 9, not to mention 10. Almost all of these rounds have come to frags. A couple have come to bombs so far, that being one of them. Only 4, however, have involved the defusal or explosion of the device. And everything else has come to frags. So AZIO, hoping to just kind of force Turtle Squad to take engagements they aren't comfortable with. Most likely going with the 113 or the 104 strat that we've seen a lot. Sacrificing the mid, quick rotate towards A in favor of a very strong B defense position. One West going ham. Gets one with the M4, that long range advantage definitely proving its worth there. Maui Snake with the MP9 just going to tear through these unarmored opponents. And West with the pincer maneuver takes down one. Make that a double, and Maui Snake comes in from the rear. Micro with that deagle, though, so potent, picks up 2 of his own. Has to reload. So inaccurate. Are we going to see a knife? Indeed we do. We also see a team kill, though. Shonk manages to knife Micro, and Tryhard accidentally gets a little too excited and takes down his own teammates. So 3-14, and things are looking grim. Cryptic throwing a little bit of shade, though it's tough to throw shade when you're behind so far. AZIO have constantly improved themselves throughout the tournament. Plus, they have that experience of Turtle Squad. Plus, they've been warmed up all day long playing those winter bracket games. You do your best when you're playing against players that are just as good, if not a little bit better than you. And while Turtle Squad through lower bracket has been just stomping on noobs, eating those hot dogs, AZIO has been training on that sirloin. Definitely sharpening their claws for today's grand finals. Shonk moving towards lower, might be able to spot Bird if he goes for the aggressive peek. Now he's snaking a very clutch position. Micro doesn't check his corners, but he always checks his corners. So that's 1 down, 4 to go. Hardly a trade on a Micro. 42 HP left, that's plenty. So 1 West. Blocked off a little bit by his own smoke, but Bert looking to catch Tryhard out. Cryptic beats into him. Shonk with a double kill of his own. Make that a triple as he takes Micro down in addition to Retro and Cryptic. 1 West picks up his own. It's another 1v2. Bert at 57 HP. Decent advantage, but not enough. And 1 West. Last man standing. Trying to keep the dream alive. Limiting them to just 3 rounds. But he checks the wrong angle, and 1 West dinks Bert. Takes him down. Picking up a double for himself. 1 West bookending that round with a kill of his own, and then a final one to close it out. 3-15 for AZIO. Turtle Squad not looking good at all. And a defeat this demoralizing can mean a lot if it comes to a Game 3 situation. So most likely this was AZIO's map pick. I'm not sure exactly if we have that information regarding SIBO. slamming through. Smoke coming out to try to refrain from the fire doing too much damage. Seziwana on top does a ton of damage, but he falls pretty darn quick. AZIO Shank putting in so much work as he always has, but the flank from Angry Lego Man, and Shank falls from him too. Now he's Snake in a 1v1. He's got the positioning down, and Micro guns him down. Just that sheer damage from the AK allows him to put it, and also gets the bomb in place for the extra cash. So this could be looking like a 5-15. AZIO probably not going to pick up anything. They have plenty of chances. No need to push themselves. They're going to wait until they're comfortable. Of course, we have seen so many 1 ecos. It wouldn't be a surprise if they somehow bring it back. But 4-15, they got tons of leeway. And they will actually pick up a few weapons. The FAMAS on 1 West, proving himself as a very viable fragger. 18-14 right now to his name. Pales in comparison to his big brother Shank at 24-12. Still a very impressive scoreline. Try hard. Might not be trying his hardest, only 9-13 there, but Retro has picked it up 8-18. But this is not the Opera we know and love. Then again, the economic situation has been rough for him. He hasn't gotten his hands on the scoped rifle as often as he would like. Shank gets the kill with the CZ75, and that could be the opening that they need. The Turtle Squad head towards A site. The rotate's going to be slow. 1 West does trade out. I don't know if they expect the man from balcony to be this close. They do smoke out, but Tryhard catches him before he does, but Micro guns him down nonetheless. And now very limited angles of attack. This nade is going to do some damage. Sean gets his toes tickled. Keeping the dreams alive. Somehow Bert is in a 1v1 situation, but he does get the single bullet on Seziwana to finish it off. It looks like Turtle Squad is going to end this maybe 5-15. Bazio decides to start buying real guns, or maybe even go for a real save, though. It could change everything. See the hesitance on him. Honestly, it might be that Chunk just really wants that 30 bomb and is telling his team, you know what? Cool it, guys. 26 kills for him. Meanwhile, no one on Turtle Squad has even broken 20 frags. Even Micro, very powerful fragger. AZIO opting for a complete save. Only Chunk is spending a bit of cash on that CZ75. Turtle Squad's economy is almost as fragile, though. As a matter of fact, most of them have less money in the bank than AZIO. USP shots. Ring out from Seziwana onto Angry Lego Guy. A lot of men boosted up onto that B site. 1 West going for the aggressive peek. Little does he know, though, they're on A site, and they're going to get the call to rotate from Seziwana. Bert establishing balcony supremacy. As they turn their attention towards the door, the bomb does go down, so that's the time limit. It's going to go out, going to rock the world with some of the CTs. Just incessant wallbangs through door. The AK-47's massive damage compounded by its ability to wallbang. And it looks like this eco might just be in their favor. 1 West gets his hand on an AK, and we see what this man can do with a rifle, but it's not enough. Micro comes in from the rear, cleans it up, takes down Shunk and 1 West. Puts them back in the game. 6-15, so that was a solid save. They've got plenty of cash. AZIO, though, can't quite afford a full op buy, but they do decide to go for it anyway with the rifles. Pretty soon they're going to start getting max consolation money. Right now they're going to get 2,900 at the end of the round if they lose, but if they win, then they take game 1, and that's enough of a bonus for them to want to go for this. So Maui Snake on the naked op, probably heading towards B site, trying to get him off on plat. Instead he actually looks towards A long. 1 West playing way too close. He takes down Retro and Bert, while Maui Snake picks up one of his own. Good flash, but he just looked the wrong way, and Cryptic finally trades it out. Just him and Angry Lego Man in the 2v4 situation. They don't have bomb down, but Shank manages to limit it to a 1v4. We've seen Cryptic do some nut stuff this tournament, but that's asking way too much. Maui Snake puts him down 6-16 as AZIO win the first map in this best of 3 series. So, fantastic stuff from them. Remember, if you're watching at home, in order to join the giveaway, you just got to be active in chat. That's all you got to do. We've got a ton of cool stuff available to have been raffled off already today, but right now you can win a Star Wars Destiny Awakenings booster pack, 36 booster packs, which consist of 5 cards and a premium dice each. Not to mention the 3-day spectator pass to Dreamhack Austin. That's almost $100 worth of value, not to mention the amount of money that the box itself costs. I mean, come on. There's only like 30 of you guys here. You have a really decent chance, but the only way you can win is if you get into that chat, keep it active, Let us know what you need. It looks like the spectator pass will actually be drawn at the end of the tournament, so this is the box itself. But that's still a lot of value. And the only way you can get it is by staying active in Twitch chat. So give us your emotes, give us your opinions. How good is the casting? I hope you guys compliment me. I'm a little bit sensitive. Hoffman Sivo, great example of how active you can be in chat. Again, shouts out to Sivo Service for letting us host their tournament here. Yes, M Badger, active chat. So it looks like this first map is over, and we are going to be headed to Dust, or not Dust 2, Mirage. Sorry, the color palette tripped me up for this next match. But until then, stay tuned for Game 2 of the Grand Finals of the Road to Dreamhack.
Love me too. Baby,
Hello and welcome back to the Road to Dreamhack Austin 2018. I'm your caster Brightside, and we're back with Game 2 of the first set of Grand Finals. AZIO managed to take it over Turtle Squad in a very dominating performance on Cobblestone last map, but Mirage may tell a different tale. We've seen Turtle Squad dominate teams on their road on the lower bracket on this map, but let's see if they can dominate over AZIO. Now, curiously enough, this is almost like a bit of a bookend. AZIO and Turtle Squad first met in round 2 when AZIO sent Turtle Squad to the lower bracket, and as they tore through it very convincingly, Mirage was one of the maps that they went to. But when AZIO and Turtle Squad first met each other in the upper bracket, this is the exact map that they went to double overtime on and wound up losing. So let's see if they can replicate that magic. AZIO walking into a torrent of taps from the USPSs, those mask locks, however, busting back. Shonk with an insane triple kill for him from the Glock. Headshots each one. So now the 3v3, but Micro on site, catch him by surprise. And it looks like Turtle Squad will pick that up. Cryptic with the double kill and Micro with a double of his own. Ooh, a little bit of BM. While this is supposed to be a friendly tournament, Turtle Squad and AZIO have been not exactly hesitant to voice some of their concerns with each other in all chat. So Turtle Squad goes up 1-0. Pretty interesting buy here, though. Unlike AZIO, who tends to offer the SMGs for the kill reward bonus, we instead see FAMASs across the board, except for the scout in the hands of Micro. But it doesn't work out. Tryhard manages to take down Angry Pac-Man Dude, and One West gets a Juan Digolo of his own on Micro at Ticket Box. So now Bert says he wanna. So close yet so far, but Bert spots him first and spurts his lead. However, all this action going on A may have distracted them. Now Tryhard, with the bomb, is headed towards B site. Cryptic is the only man until Retro can support him there. And if this is a fast enough rush, Bert won't be there in time to support his teammates. Ooh, FAMAS sniping through, and Tryhard is the last man left. FAMAS on his own. Retro anticipates the movement. Fantastic from him. Already, we see a little bit of a Micro renaissance. Bert, one of the most high-impact fraggers of this entire tournament, now leading in frags. Usually he's all about the quality and not the quantity, but if you can get both, you might as well take it. So AZIO opting for a pretty heavy save. As a matter of fact, the only item bought, $700 for One West for the Deeg. They're not really looking to win this round. Maybe get a bomb plan if they're lucky, and indeed they are choo-choo training towards B, but maybe a detour through underground, head towards A. Angry Pac-Man is towards mid, but One West is there to contest the control. He's just waiting for the call to peek. Cryptic in the sniper's nest. He might be able to get the angle, but actually he's looking towards Catwalk. One West might be given the all-clear call, but as Cryptic turns around, he might be able to spot them. All three of these players just waiting for the angle to appear. Shots finally firing out. Not exactly sure what that noise glitch is, but Cryptic finally spots them with the MP9. Doesn't get any headshots, though. Angry Lego Man somehow collapsed both of them through each other, through a wall, and then through a teammate is how they will go down. Maui Snake, however, picks up a little bit of economic damage. 3 still alive in AZIO. They do have a chance now that Maui Snake has that FAMAS, but Micro denies him the opportunity to get to use it. And now Retro, down apartments. Pair of headshots, pair of kills. And 3 rounds in Turtle Squad's name. AZIO feeling pretty confident with their buy. Shock picks up the op and throws it to Maui Snake. We've seen how potent he can be with that rifle in his hands. Let's see if Shock is able to get a weapon for himself. A little bit of utility as well. And he does indeed pick up the Galil. MP9 super ineffective against armored opponents, and we've seen way too many rounds that are lost because of a lack of upgraded weapons. Fire goes out towards mid. Shank showing off his... Man, that thing's ugly as hell. Bomb positioned is towards B. Plenty of men there too, but One West is in A main. Might be able to spot out Micro if he gets the angle perfectly, but says he gets the flank. Doesn't even need it. Instead, he takes out the man at stairs. Busts back from Retro on jungle, but that might be the call they need in order to push on B. Instead, they hesitate. Yeah, the preemptive rotate's working out. However, Angry Lego Man might be able to catch out Tryhard. Rather, Maui Snake in there. He's only got the AWP, so this MP9 at close range can be devastating. And indeed it does. 2 headshots put him down, and that AWP was all but worthless in his hands. Retro with a sick flick on the tryhard, and Cryptic proves that he will not be outdone by his teammate. Fantastic stuff from him, and that double kill from Retro definitely seals the deal. 4-0 in favor of Turtle Squad. Now, this is the map that they chose. We've seen them do very well on it before, but we've also seen AZIO beat them on it before. So I'm curious to see what the methodology was. Maybe they just think they developed a little bit as a team over the past couple of matches, past couple of sets. The tournament meta is definitely evolving as the days go on. So hopefully today will not be a repeat of yesterday for the sake of Turtle Squad. Set up towards A main. Couple of Deegs, P250s, CZ in the hands of One West. He's proven he's useful with it, and 5 smokes that have yet to be launched. Curious to see what their game plan is. Burt feeling a little anxious. They pop the smoke towards mid, causing Retro to rotate. Fires a few shots, almost at nothing. And they do a great job of baiting the rotates. Now Burt is almost completely cut off. Look at all these smokes. Micro is the only one even close to sight. He's right in front of Seziwana. Does take him down and deny the plant, but Shonk is right behind him and busts back on his own. Just super desperate to get the bomb down. One West does finally appear, but it's a clean sweep for Turtle Squad as they go to 5-0. Super cheeky strat there. I love what they did. They did a fantastic job of utilizing the smoke in mid to draw the rotates from both the man in connector and then smoke him out using the pre-planned. So really good stuff from AZIO. It's unfortunate it didn't turn out the way they wanted it to. It's just a matter of where they got the bomb planted and the sound detection by Turtle Squad. Again, individually, Turtle Squad can probably outgun the majority of players on AZIO. It's just a matter of how AZIO can utilize their teamwork to their best advantage. Bird coming dangerously close. Kill mid would have been devastating. AZIO finally get their hand on some rifles, but against the double op setup, especially in the hands of such competent riflemen as Angry Lego Guy and Retro, are always daunting. Seziwana refusing to peek. Good time too. Burt no doubt would have shut him down. On position towards B. That's a site they haven't gone to too much. Man in connector Shonk. Jumping. Burt might have heard that. So if he gets the peek and he doesn't look at the right angle, this could be a very easy kill. As the bomb head towards A, that's exactly what Shonk needs to open up this round. One West watching the flank. Retro and Jungle. I don't think they realized that a refrag could be as easy as a call out. Not to mention Micro. Posted up with that M4. Says he wanted taking down Micro at ticket box. Now, Bird is just trapped down in stairs. He does manage to get Shonk low, but it's not enough. Working through the situation, a lot of the utilities coming out. Pop flash on the site. Cryptic does manage to avoid it and shoot him down. Now they've got control of the site. They're kind of cooped up in CT, but they're getting besieged on by all sides. Seziwana has to get the kill soon and even things up. Do they have any hope of taking this round? Cryptic instead of opting out. The man in CT, however, is known. Seziwana might not be able to read this rotate. Indeed, he spots the dome. Shots missed, though, and gives him the opportunity he needs to get that bomb down. Retro with a sick flick. The angle was a little bit too tight. That trigger and reticle control lets him get that kill. So 6-0, and keeping one of the most expensive guns in the hands of one of the best players in the server, Retro. Fantastic pickoff by E1 West. And Shonk follows through with one of his own into the dome of Angry Lego Man. As Maui Snake heads towards apartments, Cryptic, however, is ready for the push. The smoke has already popped. They definitely have the man advantage. If they wanted to, they could swarm any site. Retro as the fast rotator, positioned in connector right now, but Micro and Retro gonna have a tough time, but Cryptic is the real martyr here. Now he's Snake positioned towards apartments. That might have been the rotate call. Retro heads towards Sniper's Nest. And here it is. Maui Snake might be the first to make contact with Cryptic. Cryptic as steely as he can be, but Seziwana actually spots the rotate on A. And it looks like this is going to be a free plant. Retro coming in from Catwalk, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Maybe spot E1 West to be Turns the wrong way, but the bomb is down. Plenty of cash, and as he heads towards market, he does actually get one kill onto one West. He looked away at the worst possible time, but Chonk finishes it off with a one tap. Retro goes down. So now AZIO finally got their numbers on the board, but Turtle Squad should be able to scrounge together a buy here. 92 on Cryptic. Should be able to buy for Micro. And they even managed to find the money for an op in the hands of Retro, so that'll most likely go mid, or perhaps on A. Or if they read the aggression towards B, it could head there as well. So Retro, instead of opting to head towards Sniper's Nest, trying to prevent any kind of mid-control, Tryhard is going to be there to try to contest it. But the smoke pop prevents any kind of easy vision. Tryhard position to go get the bomb, but that's a ton of utility already used. Turtle Squad, only 2 smokes remaining. Meanwhile, 4 on the side of AZIO, they can definitely use that to hold off on a retake. A site almost deserted for the fast retake. West of Micro dueling it out. Can Seziwana somehow come in and get the kill? He spots him and he does. Retro rotating from CT though. If Seziwana doesn't spot him in time, it's going to be tough. And they still don't have the bomb. Shonk and Angry Lego guy so close. Not to mention the crossfire and Bird. But he manages to take him out anyway. And they've got the bomb ready, but now game is reset to neutral. Maui Snake might be hitting out on B. Just trying to see who's there. Cryptic. He's throwing out, just trying to delay anything. The Molly will delay a bit of the push, but it also distracts. They've already called for the rotate. Seziwana, one West, and Tryhard all headed towards A. And Angry Lego guy does indeed run back, not realizing that that rotate was completely in vain. Retro does take down Maui Snake, but the man advantage is still in AZIO's favor. Heavy damage coming in, both on Seziwana and Angry Lego guy. The nade takes him down, Kobe Bryant style. Retro basically trapped up in jungle. Takes down Seziwana, and now it's the 1v1 situation, and the bomb is not suited for Tryhard's position. Retro smoke on the bomb. Tryhard playing this conservatively. But he takes the aim duel anyway, and Turtle Squad putting a delay. Fantastic play from him. And that stomps the aggression of AZIO. 7-1. Now it's worth noting this map, pretty darn CT-sided, probably the most out of any. So 7-1 leading into this round. Pretty mismatched buy from AZIO. Maui Snake not looking equipped at all. Does pick up the CZ, but 2 AKs. Early aggression towards Palace. But one West is there to catch it out. If he's able to spot Bird, if he decides to get a little bit too antsy. Flashes come out as they egress onto the A site. Bird manages to avoid the flash and take down one West. Micro picks up one of his own, but he gets traded by Seziwana. Now Burt, a little bit of miscommunication there. Retro firing with the up onto the side. Now Maui Snake, what went from a 5v5 is now a 1v3 in the blink of an eye. Burt with that double kill, and Seziwana with a pair of his own. Picking up the sights. Crazy op shot misses, and now Maui Snake has a chance. 1v2. We've seen his skills with the op. Can he match them with the rifle? Cryptic definitely playing a little bit more conservatively. He has time to plant the bomb, but I don't think he realizes it, and actually he's going for a pretty sneaky rotate. It's possible that Cryptic catches him out, though. Great movement. And it looks like Maui Snake is just completely outmaneuvering the CTs. In fact, if he plays a little bit more patiently, and Angry Lego guy plays a little bit more aggressively, this could be a kill and even it out to a 1v1. 35 seconds left on the clock. He has to make a decision. Is he going to go to B through apartments? That's going to take a whole lot of time. And if the rotate comes quick from Cryptic, it might not be enough. Maui Snake headed towards A. He might not be able to spot Angry Lego guy on Tetris. Walking very slowly. Oh, but he hears the footsteps. He hears the land, and he gets him from the side. Maui Snake turning to the right when he should have gone left. And he winds up wrong. 8-1 for Turtle Squad. So 8-1 for them. Things are looking rough for AZIO, but again, they do have the leg up. They are coming from the winner's side, so a bracket reset would be necessary. That means that Turtle Squad is going to have to win the next 2 games in order to get a chance to take home the grand prize. Bird takes down one West. Takes down Tryhard as well. Just tearing up mid. Says he falls to him as well. Manages to get him out of the smoke. That's a 4K for him. Hungry for that ace, but Maui Snake retreating towards mid. Doesn't want to give it to him that easy. Spotted and trapped. Micro denies his teammate the ace, but he does manage to pick up 4 kills of his own. I imagine Bert is plenty satisfied with that. Again, Bert, someone we known as a rotator, someone who makes quality frags, someone who can open up a site or keep it safe. Instead is turning into the top fragger in the server, 14-7. Incredible scoreline from him. As a matter of fact, I don't think anyone on Turtle Squad is going negative. 9-1 scores will facilitate that, yeah. But look at Tryhard, 1-9. He says he wanted top fragging at 9-9. He rushing towards A. The bomb is already headed towards there. Not a very neutral position. The fire comes out. Maui Snake blinded for just a minute. And the man in Palace might be able to catch someone off guard if he aggresses a little bit faster. One West and Maui Snake. Whoa, crazy pick by Tryhard. Busting back, but it looks like AZIO is going to push onto A site, and they do have total control. As a matter of fact, it looks like Shunk might be able to catch Retro on the rotate. Whoa, Retro. Shunk finally got it, but it was way too late. Those 2 kills from Retro put Cryptic in a totally winnable position, and now the 1v1. Cryptic and Shunk. And Shunk is nowhere near sight. But the sheer power of the AK, 1 bullet finds its way into the head, and that means that the round is his. 9-2. Turtle Squad in a fairly stable situation with their monetary balance. AZIO keeping most of the guns from last round. Or at least one of the guns. Able to buy out though. See Khalil on Tryhard, but other than that, everyone's kitted out. Cryptic flash, but decides to go through anyway. Maybe starts to regret it. One West falls back. Retro and Micro both fall to the guns of Shonk. What an insane fragger here on the A site. Tryhard trying to vanguard his way through, but if they don't spot Bird in time, this could be deadly for their team. But Shunk does spot him. 4 HP to his name, but that doesn't mean he can't keep kicking. Maui Snake located towards Catwalk, and the last man on B site likely going to stay there. So likely going to be saved. Might be hunted down. Never mind, he comes to them. A trap Maui Snake set. So indeed he does pull through. So now 3 rounds in favor of AZIO. Of course, this is a CT-sided map, but a 9-6 scoreline, I mean, that's basically a 7-8. It's so close to even that AZIO could easily bring it back, even from a massive deficit. I mean, a 10-5 is still winnable on a map like Mirage. And AZIO, who we've seen, basically has every angle, every smoke, every pattern of attack cataloged. They can use that information to their advantage. Crazy push here from Cryptic, though. And he's joined by his teammates. 1 West, 1, 2, not 3, no cup of tea, but they do maintain that mid control. Bird a little bit trapped, however, behind the boxes. Retro, hoping he can save him back. And instead, Shunk drops him as well in another. So a 2-piece shared between 1 West and Shunk. Now Angry Lego Guy, yet again, the last man. Crazy Deeg flick onto Tryhard, puts him out of his misery. But Maui Snake, hardly any damage on him. And now he's got himself a real gun. Actually, he opts for the defensive play. Doesn't want to put himself in a vulnerable state, so he says the molly put out to bench. But he spots him over the top of Van. Keeps 2 of their AKs alive, maybe even an op if they get to it on Cat. So great stuff from them. No bomb plant, but 9-4. Turtle Squad is looking to buy out this round. If they don't succeed, it's most likely going to be a 9-6 scoreline. But the double off setup, 1 for Micro, 1 for Retro, 1 probably going to be headed to the B site, 1 towards mid, potentially rotating towards A site if Palace gets frisky. So Bert put out on the A site, looking again for that connector rotate. Such a valuable position, but forced to use his smoke. Still gets great vision, though. Great coverage of mid. People often think that Sniper's Nest is the end-all be-all of mid control on this map, but connector is such an important divide. Sisiwana gets picked off in the most frustrating way. Retro showing off his swag and his butterfly knife with that crazy pick in Palace. So now AZIO, they seem to have such a solid plan putting the bomb towards A site, but now they have to rethink their position. Cryptic busting shots towards apartment. Shonk, however, gets a frag of his own and evens it out just a little bit. Micro puts it in a 2v4 situation, and his teammate might be falling hard too. Shonk still struggling to get onto site, trying to put his fragging prowess into high gear. Meanwhile, Tryhard trapped in Tetris with the bomb. Any kind of aggression from CTs could spell the end of this round for AZIO. Spot Simba with the grenade out. Micro does put him down. I was going to say, if anyone can win this 1v4, it's going to be Shonk, but that's a tall order even for him. 10-4 is going to be the scoreline. And without a good monetary base, that's likely going to turn to 11-4, as AZIO cannot afford a massive amount of utility if they opt to go for those rifles. 62, almost on Shonk, might be able to buy for his teammate. Instead, they opt to all-arm for themselves. Maui Snake with that AWP. 713 is not what we're used to seeing from him. We're used to seeing these fantastic shots, the ability to just skadoodleify an angle, just lock off the map. That's not what we're seeing. Micro, however, doing that exact same task on 1 West. So now they got to run for the bomb. The neutral positioning is really costing them a lot of time. Shonk, so close to angry Lego guy. Molly pops out, trying to stop some aggression that was never there in the first place. And angry Lego guy is not having a fun time trying to maintain this mid-control. However, he does bust back and take down the top fragger. Tryhard meeting Retro and Connector. Little victory of his own, but he needs a lot more than that if they hope to survive this round. Cryptic is the only man on B as they rotate towards A site. Definitely feeling a push through Connector, and Maui Snake decides that that is indeed where he wants to go. Tryhard getting himself up into jungle, maybe. Rely on the boost. Maui Snake somehow survives despite that insane spray, and here comes the boost. Tryhard getting up, might be able to take down angry Lego guy, and indeed he does. These are 3 100 health players. Maui Snake, no one hits flicks like that. Ticket box position is so strong, but I don't think they realize the man is under platform. In that balcony position, Burt cleans it up. Triple kill for him and 11-4 at the end of the round. So AZIO is now going to be on CT side. Definitely the one that they prefer to be. So now we're just waiting for the players to ready up. 8 already here. And I imagine after all the trash talk last game and the insane half, Turtle Squad must be so satisfied right now. So if Turtle Squad do manage to close it out, which they're only 5 rounds away from, the final map is going to be Overpass, which is a map that we haven't seen in quite a long time. Interested to see how both of these teams' unique styles lead to them.
I'm actually not sure if we've seen Overpass.
We did... Wait. I could have sworn we saw one in the first set, but perhaps not. This might be the first Overpass map. 9 players ready, just 1 left outside of the fold. Cryptic, getting a bottle of water. Maybe getting his back itched.
Ah, you're actually right. We did see Overpass in the first round of matches, but we haven't seen it since then.
So we have seen AZIO on Overpass. We saw it in the first set that they played, I believe. And I think they did pretty darn well. But at this point, it's just a matter of whether or not they can win, not just as a team against themselves, but against Turtle Squad. Improvement is the name of the game, but this is what you improve for. This is tournament, and if you don't bring your A game, you don't get to play the game. So Turtle Squad with a fairly standard buyout. We see a P250 on Cryptic, along with a little bit of utility. No raid boss strats that we've seen so far. I don't think either team is really committed to beefing up one of their players like that. Maui Snake, the utility pack mule of the CTs. And 1 West drops early. But they bust back. Maui Snake does get the USP-1 headshot onto Cryptic. This is going to be a really quick bomb plant, a very harsh retake. Both of these teams are extremely competent with pistols. Burt reads the rotate through market. The smoke is going to cover a little bit of their advance. First to the smoke behind him. Crazy stuff from Micro. No fear in this man. Burt maybe a little bit distracted. And Burt with the headshot to Tryhard, proving me wrong. Great stuff from all these players. Retro and Burt both picking up 2 pieces of their own. Angry Lego Man is probably the only thing we can call him. That's the only thing that I can think of anyway. In all fairness, it wasn't my suggestion. It was actually my co-caster's. I don't know. I'd probably call him Middle Fingers or something. Now it looks like they're getting ready for this big old-fashioned push. Angry Lego Man does get some shots off onto Ace site. Unfortunately, doesn't do a lot of damage except for the one west. He says he want to reads the rotate, but oh my god, they were so secure. No call out from the first man out of apartments. And says he wanna shreds them on B site. And Tryhard and Shonk do the exact same on A. Fantastic stuff from AZIO. That was not a round that they were expecting to win. AZIO is not known for their fantastic eco rounds. Turtle Squad is. So the fact that they just lost on an anti-eco might be a little bit rattling to them. Tryhard going back for that CZ75. AZIO finally does have the gun advantage, though. Completely murked the economy of Turtle Squad after winning on that anti-eco. Burt pushes into sight way deeper than his teammates, takes down Maui Snake, but one west busts back. Now he's deep into sight. A flurry of deagle fire goes his way. Not without making his presence known. Micro on super low health, but the bomb goes down, and that's the time. Says he wanna. AK shot to Retro, takes him down, but Cryptic busts back. So now it's Shonk and Tryhard. They do have the better weapons here. Mac 10 on Shonk against an unarmored head on Cryptic, but Tryhard with that M4. Shonk follows suit. Whoa, Burt utilizing that jumping accuracy. He didn't see the man in aim, but he did hear him, and now he looks towards Firebox. If he gets this kill, this could be everything. And indeed he does. Oh my god, the other man according to Catwalk. And there's no way he's going to get that defuse. Fantastic positioning from Micro. Always thinking 2 steps ahead. So Turtle Squad does go up 13-5. Back and forth in these rounds for the second half. This is very unlike what we saw. Turtle Squad taking up the first 6 rounds in a row. Used to seeing odd numbers for that streak, but I guess 1 is an odd number, so we're seeing it more in the second half than the first. Cerus are very committed to this. The push in from Maui Snake and 1 west might indicate the rotate ought to happen sooner rather than later, but Shonk stays on B site. 10 goes out, says he gets 1 kill, but the man in Palace unfortunately doesn't get a whole lot done. Now Shonk moving in with a rotate, manages to catch Angry Lego Guy off guard, and now Micro's his next target. Here's the bomb planted. That's exactly where he is behind Trybox. He gets shot down by Maui Snake from A main. And now it's just Retro to defend. A couple of CZ shots, and that's all it took to put him down. So this is going to be a defuse. AZIO staying in this game. 13-6 is not a good scoreline, not the one they want, but it's better than 13-5. Very spicy stuff here from AZIO. Again, that back forth. Other team in the second half has been able to get so much as 2 wins in a row, so I wouldn't put too much stock into this, but if Turtle Squad keeps this going up, trading rounds every other, eventually they're just going to win 16-9. Maui Snake using his better judgment there, not going to peek it. At least not without a flash. Manages to put out Cryptic and see a ton of information. 1 west puts down one of his own. That long-range M4 says he wanted that support rifling skill coming in handy here. They see the call out. They know the guy's underground. Shonk may be going huge. P250 with that suppressing fire. Try hard watching. Shonk is ready for it. Clips him in the elbow, and that's it. While no one got out of that round unscathed, 5 live for AZIO, and that's a huge lack of a burden on their economy. That entire round, pure profit, aside from the nades. But hey, those are cheap as hell. So they stock up again. Both of these teams are a little bit notorious for a little bit of chokesies, especially when they get into that upper range. I think 13 is when they tend to start. Turtle Squad verifying that claim right now. Bomb heavily positioned towards A. Looks like Shonk is the one headed towards to kind of distract, take a couple of rotates, burn some utility. And the rest of them hiding in the smoke towards A main. Tryhard, the only man really looking onto sight. Cryptic might be able to spot one west, and he does, but the crossfire tears him up. Micro with the bomb, and Angry Lego Man looking towards Cat. One west coming in towards connector. Micro might be a little bit confused. Where did that rotate go? Finds him way too late, and as he's looking for him, Tryhard takes him down. Angry Lego Man operating towards Firebox, moving towards Ticket Box, and Tryhard's going to take him down too with some help from Seziwana. And now Bert's the last man standing, and One West is going to catch him out pretty darn soon if Maui Snake doesn't hit him from the bike. And indeed he does. 5-man left alive for AZIO 2. In the last 2 rounds, no kills from Turtle Squad, no deaths from AZIO. And the fact that they're able to keep those M4s round after round after round, or in the case of some AK-47s, means that they can build that nest egg ever and ever bigger. One West, almost 8K in the bank right now. Tryhard looking pretty with 7 or close to it. Shonk with an even 55. So what was originally a massive deficit is now down to 5 rounds. And AZIO 1 West manages to pick off Retro at the very beginning of the round. A ton of commitment into that guy, and it's all gone in the blink of an eye and the pull of a trigger. Maui Snake catching them off as well, manages to take out one of the men, and 1 West backs him up there too. Fantastic show of teamwork. I love the double peaks that AZIO is using. And Maui Snake decides he don't need no teammate to get his frags. Shonk might be able to catch out Burt here, and indeed he does. 3rd round in a row where there's no kills from Turtle Squad. AZIO is running over TS. Now, I wasn't going to bring this up earlier. I thought Turtle Squad had this in the bag, but the way things are going, this could very well be the last game of the tournament. Now, stick around, of course. The credits are not going to come after... The credits are not going to come until after we get that final raffle off. That's 1 more 3-day spectator pass, as well as a D&D playmat that you can win just by being active in the chat. Let us know your reactions to all these crazy kills, all these insane ecos, and these total lack of deaths on AZIO. Talk some trash if you please. As long as you say something, you're entered to win. Cryptic with some clever positioning, trying to mix it up. Looking towards Palace. He spots Micro. Decides to play it conservatively. Decides to smoke out Cross as well. Whoa, 1 West with the crazy 80-80 strafe. Real Frenchman style. Takes down Retro, 2 for the money. And is this going to be a 4th round in a row where no one on AZIO dies? Seziwana hopes to make it the truth, and Cryptic at 16 HP. The flash comes out. He's completely blind, and now he's deaf and mute too, as he falls in mid. 13-10. I mean, I don't know what to say. AZIO was looking terrible, 11-4 at the half, but now that they've gotten their meat into this CT half, 13-10. Turtle Squad is in the lead, but barely, and that lead is shrinking every round. Tryhard getting caught a little bit out of position. A push from A main might have put him out of his misery. But the bomb is headed towards A. I think the rotate might be called. Tryhard got a little bit of information, but they're just trying to negate the push right now. Molly's coming out on behalf of AZIO. They've got plenty to go. Tryhard trades with Cryptic. Maui Snake at low HP, but 1 West in a very good position. Stops the bomb plant and is able to spot Angry Lego Guy as well as potentially another T. Takes him down long range with only 14 HP. Unfortunately, the deathless streak has been broken, but only by Tryhard. 4 men still alive. These guns are more experienced than most CSGO players. They've just been going round after round after round, and Shonk has his team on his back, carrying them to victory. Tryhard, 11-17, still with a decently impressive scoreline. Cryptic, right now the bottom fragger in the server, at only 10-15. So it looks like a tactical timeout from Turtle Squad. They have lost 6 rounds in a row. Their lead is growing smaller by the minute. Tactical timeout, not only to discuss their strategies, but also to maybe break a little bit of AZIO's flow.
So at this point, AZIO more or less can afford to buy back in almost through the rest of the game.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, they're going to have a buy.
Close to it. The only person I'd be a little sus on is Tryhard. He doesn't have nearly as much money as his older brothers in the team.
Yep.
But even then, he's able to afford the op for himself. Looks like he's not giving it up to Maui Snake unless they're delaying this conversion a little bit. No, it looks like he just wants to try his hand at the scoped rifle. So Retro, the one-man in Palace. One West bullets, unfortunately, errantly away from anywhere where the T's are situated. Bomb is relatively committed towards B. And One West falls for the first time in almost 5 rounds. Retro busts back with one of his own in another 3v5 situation. This is not what AZIO is used to. That tactical timeout used to its maximum ability. Now he's Snake rounding the corner, taken down by Retro, though. Micro and Retro, brothers in arms, taking down A site. If Angry Lego Guy puts out Shonk, that could be it, but instead he survives with 72 HP, and they know the bomb is on A site. Says Iwana, the support rifler who's become the star of the show, along with the top fragger in the server, Shonk. If any two can win this 1v4, it's going to be them. Interestingly, he might opt for the save. This could be to compensate a little bit on Tryhard's lack of funds. That's one less gun the team as a whole is going to have to purchase. So he will choose to let the bomb go off. He might be able to get the edge frag on Retro here, take away his AK. Indeed he does. Michael puts him out. Instead, Cryptic is the one who takes the fall.
That's actually a pretty big exit frag there. Turtle Squad's economy is not good. So them being forced to rebuy there is either a lack of utility or a lack of AKs.
Yeah, we've seen AZIO kind of fold under the pressure that a lot of nades can accomplish Turtle Squad with those fantastic peaks. I think they need to try that eco strat they did again, where they bait the rotations into mid using the smokes on A, and then just go for the site. It worked so well when they had pistols, I can't imagine how well it'd be with rifles. But Turtle Squad now on match point, and that's not a position they want to lose. Bomb neutral position, they want to make sure to get at least a pick or something out, but instead, Maui Snake gets one of his own. Angry Lego Guy falls down to the power of the cannon. It is the op. Smoking out Sniper's Nest. They seem to think that there is an op on the team, and it is on Maui Snake, but he's nowhere near mid, and says Iwana picks up a kill of his own. Shonk and One West are definitely going to catch Micro as he comes through connector here, especially One West position in jungle. Bomb finally being picked up, is moving towards a little bit of indecisiveness. But Bert spots Shonk, unable to finish him off fully, but puts him down to 21. Whoa, Micro getting a double spray of his own. Only 19 HP though, he may be caught by the man on A site. And all of a sudden, an unwinnable round is looking very winnable, but Tryhard makes sure that it's still in his favor. 2 versus 3 here. Maui Snake on full HP. But Micro might be able to take care of that for him. Indeed he does. Shot to the dome puts him in a rough situation. Shonk and Tryhard. Combined 63 HP versus Micro's mere 19. Spots the man at Firebox, unable to get bullets on him. He drops down and moves on to site. This crossfire is so deadly, and he doesn't even know it's there until it's way too late. Shonk adds another notch on his rifle. 27 kills. He's running out of rifle. Composite score of 60. Shouts out to those fantasy points. And 14-12, AZIO not going down without a fight. It would be way too Shakespearean to go into a double overtime yet again on this map and have AZIO take it. Bookends to a tournament. Better than any fiction novel. As Maui Snake heads towards mid, he's got that AWP, the gun he's comfortable with, but he's not going to catch out way too much. They're headed towards B. No early aggression towards A that we're used to. Tryhard, busting a couple shots. But says Iwana and Shonk, 2 powerful fraggers, are ready for this push. Micro, a little bit offset. Trying to avoid any kind of a flank. Maui Snake, though, completely unaware of what's about to be unleashed onto B site.
They really need this plant here to stay in the game.
Oh yeah. If they can't secure a tie point pretty soon, I don't even know what to say for them. They get the CC-75s out. Shank does get flashed and taken down really early, but says he want to bust back, mentions his teammate, takes another, make it a 3. Finally goes down, but the damage is already done, and now Micro on 3 HP is the only man left representing the terrorist streams, and now 13-14. Turtle Squad is in the lead, but only barely. And look at the economy. Turtle Squad is not going to be able to afford full rifles, full armor, and nades. One is going to have to go. And the idea of an op is just out of question. Even if Cryptic spent every single dollar he had, he still couldn't afford one.
I really like the decision to eco here from Turtle Squad. They know that they're just too short, and they need to play the odds of getting a full buy-in.
Yeah, they'd much rather go into overtime on a full buy than maybe get trounced and then secure a 14-16 loss. So again, they're postured up towards B, but not as heavily as they were last time. Angry Lego Guy is positioned more neutrally, leaning a little bit towards A site. Shank on B, though, ready to counter any kind of push that they have. This time, the addition of a scout and a deagle may make things change. A little bit more long-range utility. He gets the information, calls for the rotate. Retro position far forward, likely to serve the entry fragging role, but with an opponent like Shank, you can't help but respect him. Tension is in the air.
Everybody's waiting for information, but scared money don't make money.
Yeah, they haven't even bothered to move. Maybe they're just trying to trick them into aggressing towards A site, maybe trying to get Angry Lego Dude somewhere in there.
Nobody wants to give up a pick here. They want information, but they're not willing to take the risk this late in the game to push up on areas, get picked out, and give up a site or give up their push.
Retro making his own little passive observation. The deke is not enough, though. Says he want to takes one down, and that's going to open up B site. Says he want to get some more damage onto one, and they just tear up the offensive. Whoa, the CZ long range takes down 2. That could be big, but Maui Snake with the op definitely outweighs the CZ in long range warfare, and he takes the frag for himself. Showing off a little bit of his movement there. Maybe played TF2. Shouts out to, what was it, Surf City 3 _. So 14-14, the tension in the air is thick. This is a rivalry that didn't exist until yesterday, and it's going to end tonight. Clever smoke from Cryptic, hoping to block off something like jungle. Maybe bait out a little bit of a rotation from B as the bomb is headed there himself.
The Turtle Squad must win this round. If they don't, it's effectively over.
I mean, their money situation would be screwed, but we've seen that they don't need a whole lot of money for their skills to shine. Bomb is positioned towards B, however, Maui Snake has got the op ready to peek. A lot of nades coming out. They're trying to force a little bit of a rotate, but it's not enough. Maui Snake steadfast watching the entrance to apartments, and the op goes down, and they have vision of the bomb. The rotation is called. Picking up an exit frag of his own. Maui Snake in a little bit of a rough position. Gets behind bench. Leg on Angry Lego Guy, but just the swarm of terrorists is way too much. One Weston says he want to pick up their own in a 2v2 situation. Says he want to pick up another for his trouble. And now Tryhard in the 1v2. If he gets this, it's all over. The bomb does go down, but he has a general idea of his location. Spots him and he gets it, and that's 15 for AZIO, securing at the very worst overtime. And now Turtle Squad is on one of the hardest and most desperate ecos of their life. This is their chance. Does AZIO go for the repeat on the 2-0? Or can Turtle Squad bring it back, win this last round, desperate buyout, and can their skill trump AZIO's teamwork? Double op setup, we see one-on-one West. Not something we've seen before, a little bit strange. They're sparing no expenses here, plenty of utility. Even picking up CZ-75s. They head towards a E1 West. Super aggressive, he gets the early pick on the Cryptic, and that's a huge fragging power completely removed. Retro bus back, taking down one West, avenges his teammate, gets the man at Firebox too. Tryhard goes down. Maui Snake headed towards CT, but this is going to be a pretty free plant. Smoke runs out, heading towards CT, but Seziwana moving towards stairs, might be able to catch them off guard. 4v3 situation. AZIO needs to play their heart out if they want to get this. Seziwana spraying through the smoke. Only 3 men on site though. Angry Lego Dude going for a flank, but that flank just doesn't exist. 2 men in CT, 1 towards stairs. Bert is so close to death and doesn't realize it. Seziwana gets the first kill. Oh my god, Shonk and Maui Snake. 1 man alive. If he wants to keep that dream, he's got to reach for it. And that's the bomb defuse. A little bit anticlimactic, but that's the second game. AZIO in a repeat. The 2-0 ending it on Mirage. Turtle Squad and AZIO rivals no more. It started yesterday and it ended today. AZIO is your champions. The Vanguards on the road to Dreamhack, Austin 2018.
What a tournament.
Claps in the chat for them. They absolutely played their heart out. Turtle Squad did everything they could, but losing on their own map pick. Unfortunate for them. But wow, AZIO finally taking it all the way. Didn't lose a single set. Didn't even fall to loser's bracket. Didn't have it reset against them in the finals. Congratulations to AZIO and their player base for a fantastic performance. Big Meech, Maui Snake, his replacement that occurred yesterday. Shonk, their top fragger, Seziwana, the fantastic support rifler, One West, and any other player, any other substitution. I'm sure I'm forgetting someone for doing fantastic. They beat him on Cobble and they beat him on Mirage.
I thought for sure that was gonna go to overtime. I was like, oh no, this is pretty much the worst case scenario for I think everybody at this point.
My inner poet wanted it so bad. Just the bookends, the double OT on Mirage that sent them to lowest bracket in the first place. The idea that they would be able to come back and finally best them on that map. The fact that it's their map pick too just made it so perfect, but sometimes reality just isn't as poetic. So they are in fact your victors. Congratulations to them.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and draw the last winner for that 3-day general admission pass and the D&D playmat.
It is a dual-sided playmat for all of your combat needs. Can be drawn on by dry erase marker and wet erase marker. Utilized to make your combat feel that much more tactical during your RPG adventures. So let's see who's won that, along with the 3-day pass to Dreamhack as a spectator. Quick reminder, the champions of the evening, AZIO, will be receiving $1,500 in prize support and travel support for their trip to Dreamhack Austin, which will be complemented by 5 premium BYOC tickets, courtesy of Dreamhack themselves. Congratulations to Pleberleb, who has won the free ticket along with the battle mat. Hopefully you use it for all your combat, both at Dreamhack and beyond. Before we sign off, a huge shout out to Mothership in Austin, Texas, a fantastic place to start or continue your tabletop gaming adventures. A ton of the prize support today has come from them, and an absolute massive amount of thanks to them for their support. Sandland, the biggest CSGO community in San Antonio, their seasonally lands are loved by players all across the state. Pros and amateurs alike come to have fun. And now that we're expanding into other games like League of Legends, there's never been a better time to start Sandlanding. Of course, Dreamhack, they provided all the major prize support for this tournament, all the tickets that we've been giving away, the $1,500 in prize support, the grand final itself with the 5 BYOC tickets for the winning team going to AZIO, all thanks to them. Sivo for giving us these fantastic 128 servers and fantastic pugging environment for this tournament to take place in. If you want to up your game, Sivo is the only option. And lastly, Cerus GG, owned by Freedom himself. The organization for this tournament was not easy. There was a lot to go through, everything from sponsorships to scheduling. There were some road bumps on the way, but Freedom is the only guy who was able to mark the road all the way to Dreamhack. So huge shout out. Give some love to Cerus and Freedom in the chat. I think for the last time, this is Brightside. I had a great time casting. Unfortunately, Mez had to leave a little early. But until next time, mwah. And see you guys at Dreamhack Austin 2018.